Hey guys, before we jump into anything, I just want to say a wee bit of an update on the deck of many triggers. If you backed it, it's coming. The company that's printing it are currently printing it. I'm expecting a date to see exactly when it's going to be coming in very, very soon. And also, keep an eye out on your emails because I will be sending you an email asking everyone if their addresses are all fine. Everything's turned out a wee bit slower than expected, but again, it's this is a problem with crowdfunders, isn't it? And then, if the art isn't completely ready whenever you go, and everything else that goes with it. Either way, we're getting somewhere with it all. Behind schedule, however, nothing to really worry about at the moment. So, that's cool. Anything else, Garbu? Do you have any updates? No?
No, just suffering.
Well, that's good because today we're going to be doing suffer now or suffer. There's no in between. So, Garbu's been lead lifting, and I have been. You know what? I started something, so I did. So a lot of my friends tried to say to me, James, what you do in the gym is absolutely ridiculous. What do you mean you do 3 big compound exercises back to back? James, you only go to the gym twice a week. That's not enough to grow.
Hold on. People don't do that? They don't go back to back to back?
Yeah, I would do the big compounds first at the start of the session, and then I just do isolations after that. So the hardest stuff's up front. Then you don't don't get me wrong, you're fucked, but you'll be alright. You know what I mean? You'll get through it. Even if you're going to be going half-hearted with some of the isolation exercise, it's not as bad as long as you get the big compounds out of the way. Let's be serious. It's your bread and butter. You know what I mean? You can't go
if you can do them, unlike me, who's broken.
Yeah, well, it's one of those ones. Anyway, so I've done a bit of a write-up because people keep asking what I'm doing. Oh, actually, no, sorry, back on my point. So, I finally decided I started an initiative. The initiative is called White Boy Summer. So, me and my friend, one of my friends, he's one of those guys who's been going to the gym on and off pretty consistently. I say on and off, but realistically, it's pretty consistently for 10, 15 years, and the guy just doesn't look like he lifts. He just doesn't. And if you've been going for 15 years, I just wouldn't tell anyone. What would you be like, Garbu, if you went very consistently for that long and you had really nothing to show for
it? It means you're not pushing. You're not actually working. You're just going through the motion. You have to, everyone says push to failure, but not just put. It has to be hard each day. You have to put on more weight. You have to gain,
do shit,
lift with your muscle. Yeah,
want to do. You know what I mean? So when
it has to hurt.
When you look at
you have to struggle.
You need to really fear the idea of doing your 1 rep max. If you look forward to doing your 1 rep max, I don't know. I don't personally. It's fuck. I don't know if this is moving. Oh Jesus, it's not going to be fun. You know what I mean? It's not. A lot of the time, it's not fun, but it feels nice afterwards. So anyway, my Patcher, we went to the gym, and boy was dying. He was absolutely dying. But he broke two PRs the first day, and what do you know? Second session we went, he broke 4 PRs, and that's in the space of 2 sessions. Because I actually got him to push himself. He actually, was putting in the effort. He was like, right, no, we're doing this. Come on, right, you know what, fuck it. More weight, put more weight on each set. All that type of stuff. And you know what? It's actually working for him. Because he was saying to me, he's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I torn my traps, my back's in tatters. It's like, no, you're
just gaining muscle, dude.
It's like,
nothing to feel.
It's like the Matrix. It's like, why do my muscles hurt so much? You've never used them before. It's literally that. So yeah, this is my Morpheus moment. So it is.
When you tear a muscle, because it'll let you know, because you can't move the entire body limb.
It's going to be black. If you do something like that, you're going to be bruised. You're going to be black. It's going to be brutal.
Bruised up, yeah.
It's going to be really, really bad. So look, I've done a bit of a write up, so I have, and now the thing is, I'm calling it a program. I'm gonna get it off. This is just a draft at the minute, guys, but it's a very solid draft I'm really happy with, so I'm okay with showing it to people. And I think we're gonna go over it, and we're gonna put a bit of input and kind of talk about it a wee bit. I am gonna get this fully formatted. It's gonna be free on the website, so if anyone's interested, they can go ahead and download it. And this is meant as a primer. It's not meant to be a be-all and end-all. It's more targeted towards people that have never really done it before, or very little experience, or because let's be serious, Garbu, whenever you look online, is there anywhere to go that's actually decent for people that have no idea what they're on about? Because I see the same things in role-playing channels as I do fitness channels, and they get bogged down on the really stupid minutiae, like, the little tiny details that don't really matter in the big picture scheme of things. Does that make sense?
I don't know if I'm the right guy to ask because I know all my stuff. I just look up new workouts and I go from there because I know, okay, that's what that does. Like, let's see, beginning. Because like me, I learned all my shit in the Army, and I kind of branched out the new workouts. There's a little Asian guy who I see a lot on TikTok. But like there's like 1,300 fucking gym bros who all think they're doing it right and better than everyone else.
Oh yeah,
like
that's like standard though, and that's the thing. And I feel like you have to keep an open mind. And I do feel like there's so many different like styles of training that you can do, and a lot of them work differently for different people. I think as long as you're like you're pushing yourself hard, and you're enjoying the exercises. Now, like everything that I've listed is stuff that I personally look forward to doing. I think that's a big thing, because if someone handed, like, Garber, what would it be like if someone handed you a program and you're like, yo mate, do this for like a couple of weeks, and it's got Bulgarian split squats? Are you gonna do that?
God, Bulgarian squats, bro, those things are brutal.
Exactly. I don't care. I'm doing hack squats, man. I don't need
exactly.
I do not need to do Bulgarian. It's like, no man, but if you want to grow your legs, this is how you do. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. No one has to do that to themselves.
People keep confusing bodybuilding exercises for regular fucking exercises. Like not everyone wants to flex and tear out of their shirt. Some guys just want to have definition, or just gain basic strength.
And another huge one is bodybuilders don't do deadlifts. It's too fatiguing. There's almost no bodybuilder does.
Well, then you're discussing hypertrophy versus actual strength training.
Yeah.
And that hypertrophy, it builds muscles big, but if you watch people like do arm wrestling between like bodybuilders and like fucking farmhands, there's actually a difference in strength between bodybuilders and actual strength training. But the same thing, that's not saying that bodybuilders aren't strong. It's just a different kind of strength.
I feel like the biggest problem that I come across is a lot of people conflate it, and it's like, have you ever seen someone bench 2 plates with small arms?
Yeah, actually a few times.
What?
Yeah, like absolute sleepers, dude. Like
that is a curse. That is a curse. Like,
bro, he always looks so mad because like he goes, I'm not growing, but like he can. This guy had like the arms of a 20-year-old like runner, but he could push weight, and he was always like just fucking mauling because he wouldn't get any.
I would be. That's curse monkey paw magic right there. Like,
you're strong, but it never shows. Why?
Oh, that is disgusting. That is not fun. That's not fun. That's not nice at all.
And it does happen. There will be guys and girls out there who can push absolute weight, but they won't. They won't have the bulky muscles to actually show that. They'll just be this little sleeper agent who can bench, 3 plate. But looks like they fucking like run track for a sport. Like it just. That's literally like I said, monkey paw magic.
That's just not fair. That's not fair.
You are strong, but you look weak. But
right. Well, do you want to jump into this, or is
sure.
what? Fuck it. We'll jump into it. So, suffer now or suffer, a working title. We'll find out. So, this is a very straightforward, very stripped down explanation of what I do and how I've done it. Again, this is not like a be all and end all. If you went on and you looked at any other program, as I say, this is just shit that has worked for me personally. I can only speak from my own personal experience.
Everyone's different.
Yes.
Everyone's different.
And there might be what I like to do. A lot of people would look at that and be like, I'm just not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that style of training, and that's completely fine. And you know what? It might not even work for you. So that's just something that I feel like you have to get out the door before anything else. And again, anyone that tells you, as I said earlier, if anyone says, no, you have to do Bulgarian split squats, it's the only way to grow big legs, it's like, are you just trying to sell me a program? You're trying to sell me a program, aren't you? You really aren't you? It's like, no, I'm not trying to sell you a program. Anyway, look, let's go into this. So the TLDR, this is what I do anyway. So gym twice a week. Heavy day, light day. What do you do, Garbro?
For a heavy day?
Yeah, well, not heavy day like day, but how many days a week do you go, and like what is your split look like?
I do 3 heavy days a week, but I focus on certain body groups. Like on one day I'll go heavy legs. And usually I do, and the thing is, I do body splits where I do legs and then like usually either shoulders, or I do like arms and I hit abs, or I do back, then I touch on maybe like hip thrust. I tend to incorporate multiple parts of the body per day, but they are all different. I don't do curls 3 times a week. Like today I did, actually, hold on. I should pull my app.
Oh, let's see.
So I use the Strong app, and the Strong app is great because it tracks both your PRs and your gain and your workouts per week. So history, like today I did hammer curl, chest fly, preacher curl, front raise, lat push down, tricep extension, and lateral raise. So I worked out my shoulders, my triceps, my biceps, my lats, and then also my chest. So I kind of hit all around the upper body. But then another day, but then the day I'll do like the last workout was seated rows, squats, triceps, and cable crunch. That's legs, core, triceps, and then my entire back. Yeah. But it's a different part of the back. Yeah. Like I don't, because usually lat what they call lat pull downs, lat push downs, they just hit the lats, the bottom part of the lat, because you don't really hit those during a row. But the thing is, while you're rowing, you are hitting mostly your back. We do kind of hit your bicep too. There are different ways you can do it.
You can get a good row. I like the landmine row. If you use like get one of the attachments and like have like a wider one, I think it hits. Yeah, that's pretty good. So it does.
And the thing to point out is that people go, oh, go. Well, you should go like, hey, go do a row. And there are so many row variations.
Oh, yeah.
You got to find one that you like. There's a machine where you sit or you lay on a pad and you're kind of leaning over the bar. You pick it up and you row that. Then there's also like the Gym 80 machines I use, which is a sitting row.
Yeah.
That actually has a full flex to it. Then there's also like reverse rows. There's what I call the milking table row, because you're laying on a big old flat table and you're rowing that thing. Honestly, there's landmine rows. There's single arm dumbbell rows. There's cable rows. Like there's so many rows you can do.
I'm not a fan of single arm dumbbell rows, and I don't know why. I've tried. I couldn't tell you. They're just not for me. Anytime I've tried them, I just don't get really good back connection at all. To be honest with you, like I've done them and I've been stiff the next day from them, but I don't know, it just doesn't work. I don't know. I just don't feel it, you know what I mean? I don't know, it just don't feel good. And I think that's what most exercises need to boil down to. Doesn't feel good. Do you enjoy it? You know what I mean? All that. So what I do is two days, both full bodies. They're both more or less the exact same, because again, these are just hyper specific to me that I really enjoy.
You should point out how long your gym day is on those days.
Oh, both days it's about 2 hours, about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
See, that's the thing. You can do 2-hour days, or 3 1. Like me, I do an hour and a half. But I do 3 days. Well, or you can have 4 days where you only do an hour.
I will say I count in half an hour of cardio. So,
but like the time at the gym does correlate to how many days. If you're going for 1 day or 2 days, but you do like a 2-hour, 3-hour workout, then obviously you're going to be pushing harder than most guys will on a 5-day workout. Now, say you're going 5 days a week, an hour per day, you're going to burn out fucking fast.
I really don't believe, like, I've came across so many guys that say,
you got to rest.
If you're not doing 5 days a week, you're not going to grow. It's like, I don't believe you're pushing hard enough if you're able to go 5 days a week. Like,
you're going to be tired.
I believe if you're really pushing yourself hard, 5 days a week is just not feasible for.
Now imagine not only scheduling 5 days, but also feeding yourself to have the calories to push 5 days per week. Yeah. That's going to be, because say you're eating 100, say you weigh 185 pounds, you're eating 185 grams of protein per day, and you're working out 5 days a week, you're going to be fucking just, you're going to get tired of chewing.
Yeah. You will. You are. You just will. But again, look, if you like going for the mental gains, I see nothing wrong with it. Some people need it just to keep themselves from fucking, like, I can't say my joke that I was going to do. I'll bleep it out from shitting out.
Yeah.
I can't have that on YouTube, but you guys get what I mean. You're not able to, like, if you go for the mental gains, that's completely fine. I see nothing against it, but again, like, you know, we'll talk about recovery and all that sort of stuff. Other big one, track everything. If you're not tracking your progress, you're not making progress. It's just the way it is. I think, honestly, you need to be pushing for PRs as often as you possibly can. Now, some days
even small, even small PRs, like a little more weight or a few more reps. There's some kind of push. If you stagnate, your muscles are going to stagnate.
Like, so so I've got a heavy day and I've got a light day, and I've got different PRs for both of them days. So my light day, I like to do deadlift body weight, and I managed to get up to, I think the last one was 130 reps out of 5 sets, which I'm pretty happy about, which I think is pretty impressive for, you know, doing body weight. like, you know, I think that's not bad to be able to do yourself 130
just squatting.
times. Yeah.
People forget that you remember when you squat, you're squatting your body as well as the weight you're putting on top of it. Forget that.
Yeah. So again,
that's why I think. It's why I think that leg press machines are kind of cheating, because you're just doing weight. You're not doing yourself plus weight. So that's why I don't like leg pressing machines.
It's good and bad. I do think machines are worthwhile. I know a lot of people have that like old school approach where it's like, if it's not free weights, it doesn't matter, it doesn't work. But honestly, some machines are great. It just depends. I think it comes down to feeling, and especially if you're new, if you're someone who's never went before and you really don't know what you're doing. Honestly, I would say keep the machines for at least like a couple of weeks, and then build up a bit of confidence. Work out what your strength level is, because a lot of people have no idea what they're actually capable of. Some people think like, I'm strong enough, I'm not too bad. They've never been to the gym before. They go to lift something, it's like, this is embarrassing, please stop. Like, for instance, for me, I used to do, I think, what was I on? It was like shoulder press or something. I was doing 20 kg dumbbells, and whenever I first came back, now this is like years ago, I was doing 20 kg for shoulder press, and I was pretty happy with that. I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet, I'm happy with that. I came back and I was like, hey, well, I haven't been in a while, I suppose I'll go with 15, sure, ease myself in. Went to do it with 15, it's like, shit, that's not happening. Fuck, that's not good. Oh no! It's like that.
What have I done?
Yeah, what was happened to me? It's like, fuck, have I got this week? It's like, yes, I actually have. You've lost pretty much everything. You're not what you used to be, James. I'm sorry. It's like, oh, okay, I have to redo everything. Anyway, so track your progress. Push for PRs. If you're not pushing yourself, I don't believe you're going to get anywhere, and you're just going to be spinning your wheels. Again, like my friend that's starting to come with me, and he's starting to break PRs pretty consistently. It's because you meet a lot of people that show up and they've got their weights. Like, you know, people that get to a point where they just get happy. It's like, oh, I can do X with X weight with whatever, you know what I mean? X with plus Y. I can do this. I'm really happy with that, so I'm just going to do that. Whenever I show up, it's like, you can't just settle for that. You have to keep progressing. It's never ending. What would you have, Garber? Like, you know, for me at the minute, my goal for the end of the year is a 200 kg deadlift, which I'd be very, very happy about. That's my goal, like my midterm goal at the minute. Do you have anything?
I don't really have goals. I just simply, I kind of lost a mentality a long time ago where I focus on simply always having some kind of PR that I chase, either one more pound here or there, or I try and focus on my measurements, like waist measurement, chest measurement, or my t-shirt sleeves filling out or not, you know. Yeah. It's I kind of stopped chasing the whole like the goal thing. I simply just observe my body and make sure it's like pleasing to look at, because eventually you know what I mean though, like, do I look like shit or do I not? Because everyone's going to plateau eventually.
Yeah, you got to be realistic, like, you know, with yourself. Now, again, like, you know, I'm not saying body dysmorphia and stuff doesn't exist. However, you got to be realistic with yourself. Do you look like absolute dog shit or not? It's like,
And the thing is, you'll know, because people know what a body should look like. And like, if you look in the mirror and go, ugh, you know automatically whether or not you look good or not. The thing is, I mean, it is subjective, of course.
Yes,
but if you look like a doughy fucking turd boil, then you're like,
if your waist is wider than your shoulders, it's not looking good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a good
or if you just don't look strong, like think of like everyone's favorite game store dude, like just thin arms, fat stomach, 2 chins. Like, people know if they look like absolute dog shit or not.
I think that's fair.
If you're gonna be ugly, at least be ugly and strong.
Yeah, exactly. At least be like, if you're gonna do it, at least be like an ogre guy or something, or like an ogre. At least don't be like a fucking.
That's
god.
right. Even if you're ugly, you too can be an ogre.
Yeah, you may as well start ogre maxing for God's sake. You know what I mean? Fuck dwarf maxing. I'm ogre maxing.
Ogre maxing.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And up next. Okay. Again, this is TLDR. 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. I do think this is a bit of a meme, personally.
It is.
I have been on a Giga diet, like absolute African tier. Like I'm talking, like my max is maintenance, and even then you're talking my very max tends to be like 1,800, whereas my lowest you're talking like maybe 600 calories a day. And I'm telling you, like, if I hit a minimum of 100 grams of protein, I'm pretty happy. And over the past 10 months, I think I've been able to put on at least anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds of muscle. Now again, could that just be muscle memory kicking in? It could be. Could there be other factors at play? Yes. And again, this is a big one that people don't get, because you see this number fucked about all the time. It's like, well, if I weigh 400 pounds, of course I need 400 grams of protein. No, if you're overweight, it goes out the window. All right, it really does. Honestly, I think for most people, anywhere from 150 to 200. But I'm not like I'm not like a scientist type guys. Okay, I can only go off like what I've seen and observed, and a lot of people don't understand how many calories they're actually consuming as well. And a lot of people don't really understand how many grams of protein they're actually consuming as well. A lot of people...
There are a lot of folks who eat like nearly 800 calories for breakfast and don't realize they're eating 800 calories for breakfast.
It's easy to do. It's very easy to do. And don't believe
it is. It is. You like shortbread cookies? Oh, yeah. God. But thing is, you say it's a meme. However, most folks agree to gain muscle mass, you need either 1.6 to 2.4 grams of protein per kilogram per day.
I don't think it's going to hurt you. Like I don't think you're going to overdose on protein. I think it just comes down to calories.
Well, you can hurt your kidneys with too much protein, but just to feed your muscles, you do need protein. Now, how you get it's up to you. You can eat that shit or you can drink it. Mind you, drinking's a lot easier than trying to chew through 100.
Yeah.
Like me, I weigh right now. I weigh 250. So the thought of eating 250 grams of protein per day makes me want to fucking rip my hair out because that's a lot of eating and it's expensive. Like people don't realize these big dudes who lift a lot, their meals are so expensive. Like Eddie Hall. Have you seen how much he eats?
Wait, and again, if you're doing strongman though, I feel like the only way you can do it is you have to be eating food that you actually enjoy eating, because the amount of just food that they have to put away is insane.
Let's see. High protein foods. So, like, we're talking like thing is you're gonna get bored quick because if you're not gonna drink your protein with like whey protein or protein powder, you're eating a lot of chicken, turkey, sirloins, fish, and eggs and dairy.
So for you alone, it would be 5 chicken breasts you would need to eat a day.
God, I could not imagine having to eat through five chicken breasts.
You have to eat 2.5 chickens worth of breasts every day.
I would literally be emptying entire flocks in a week, dude.
Yeah, like I don't know how a lot of people do that. It's not easy. There is no easy way to get that much protein into you, if I be honest with you. Although I did have a decent meal, I felt like a wee bit of a, not a celebration, but like I thought I would treat myself yesterday, so I got myself
cheat.
Oh yeah, well the way I look at it, as long as I'm under calories, it doesn't matter, and it's the only thing I ate yesterday. So I had a KFC and I worked out.
Oh.
I worked it out, so I got 110 grams of protein and 1,600 calories in the one meal, and I was pretty happy with that because it means, look, I'm still under calories. I've got enough protein that I'm happy with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And again, like you need to think of it. It's long-term sort of success. Not every day. Like people get so hung up on that, and especially like say you end up having a drink at the weekend. You drink a load of beers. You end up ordering a pizza or whatever. You're gonna your calories are gonna be out the fucking window. And if you're on any form of diet, it's gonna almost feel like, oh well, I've wasted the entire week. And with all the sodium and stuff, you're gonna hold on to that much water, and you look at the scales and you're like 4 pints up, and it's like, you know, and then you just want to give up.
You should be aware of that. You will fluctuate in water weight.
Yeah,
for
big
sure.
Big time. Like, for instance, me, yesterday I weighed in at 160 pound. Today I weighed in at 140, but I did eat a massive KFC, so like, you know, that's okay. Like, I like you. As long as you can, you're aware that that's what it is. If I didn't know any better and I saw I went up 4 pounds, I would have fucking cried. It's like, I cannot enjoy a lovely, scrumptious KFC meal.
What's my crime? Enjoying a meal?
Yeah, it is. Again, like, you know, see when it comes
succulent KFC meal.
So, and again, let's keep going. Honestly, for me, cardio, honestly, 10k steps a day, I think that works for me.
Did you see the plaque I sent you?
Yes, I did. Honestly, cardio. Look, you know what, guys? Do you guys want to see my legs? Do you guys really want to see my legs? I'm going to show you guys my legs because I started doing weighted cardio.
Do you guys want to see my legs?
Well, here, wait till you guys see my legs. Look at them, look at them calves. All right, I've only done my calves like 10 times since I started. Garb, is that a good calf?
Can't it's a good calf.
That's a fucking good calf. That's a fucking damn fine calf right there. I'm just putting it out there. Anyway. I'm looking at the time here. We are 26 minutes in, and I've only got an hour to go court. No. Anyway, I'm starting doing weighted cardio. So I just weigh 5 kg ankle weights, threw them on, go on the treadmill on an incline for 2 hours for an hour. And the thing is, so say you're walking on a treadmill for an incline for an hour, that's going to be like 300 calories you burned, right?
It's also going to destroy your calves and your thighs too. Like, just a simple incline will increase your leg gains by a hell of a lot.
And then all you got to do is throw the ankle weights on. That's an extra like 200 calories. So you're talking like 500-600 calories right there. And then with the ankle weights, you also work you get a pretty sweet leg workout. So like, to me, kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Genuinely, I am looking forward to you. I wish I got on this sooner. What I'm going to do is, if I keep going with these like ankle weights for the next month, I'm going to order myself one of those weighted vests and wear one of them as well.
Okay, there, Goku, calm down.
Yeah, apparently the weighted vests actually are better than the ankle weights. Apparently there's a lot less. It takes a lot of the strain off your hips, so it does, apparently so. But like, you know, I'm just going to use both anyway, because then if I do that, then that could bring me up to, for a 1 hour cardio walking session, you're talking 800 calories, which to me is fucking insane. You know what I mean? Like 800 calories in an hour, and you're not like, don't get me wrong, it's hard, like, you know, but you're not like fucking panting out of breath and all that shit. You're just in tatters. I don't know what it is. I can do like fucking low intensity cardio all day. See, once you get me to run, I just can't run. I would rather do max deadlift weight all day than fucking run on a treadmill for an hour, and I can't explain why. It just doesn't feel good to me. I fear cardio more than weights ever will. Like, I'm just saying.
The Anglo fears the cardio.
Yeah, I fucking do, man. I fucking do. Sleep, and I'm being serious about this, guys. Fucking sleep. There's a great one that I saw from the priest. He was talking about it, where he was talking to this wee fella, and he was at the gym. But he wasn't like eating well. He was like, you know, going out drinking every weekend. He was doing all that sort of stuff. And of course, then he jumped on steroids. And what do you know? When he jumped on steroids, he decided, oh, I'm going to take this really seriously. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start sleeping better. And he's like, oh, mate, you see the steroids? They blew me up. They did this. Like, yeah, see if you just ate right and did the fuck and slept and everything else with it, you probably be half the work as well on top of that. You know what I mean? It's like, you want natural steroids? Sleep. That's all I've got to say. And now, sleep is a lot harder than most people, you know, but there's ways and means to, you know, get about sleeping. It'll make your life a bit easier. You know, we audiobook before bed. Doesn't hurt. And don't get me wrong, I get that. Like, see, when you're, like, working a job you fucking can't stand, and it's like, you only got out of work, like, 2 hours ago, you just want to have a bit of time to yourself. But you have to, like, it's like, I want time. Why is my time being stolen from me? It's like, it's not easy. It's not easy getting, like, you know, you sleep in. Like, how do you do it, Garbu? Do you have any, like, methods or hacks or anything to get better sleep?
Not really. That's kind of it's just adult stuff. You just go to bed early.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, time to go to bed. So you get the fucking bed and you go to sleep.
Yeah, I know.
There's no real cheat code to it. Get off your phone. Don't bed rot for an hour and a half. Just go to sleep.
For me, it's audiobooks and night all one a night. Personally, like, honestly, I'm not encouraging anything, but all I'm saying is, for me, For me, all I'm saying is Red Bull and night all changed my life. See, the ability to be awake when you need to be awake and asleep when you need to be asleep. I honestly can't explain to you guys how life-changing it's been. But, like, that's something to check out yourself.
That, and sometimes you just gotta tire, like, if you've done nothing all day, you gotta tire yourself out. Go for a walk or something, or do some, like, body weight exercises, or... Because if you're full of energy, you're not going to sleep because your body's like, we got to do something, all this stuff in our system. So
the worst is
like if you want to, like, do some light workouts before you go to bed.
The worst I've got is, like, see if you're working on the computer all day and your head's fried, but your body's still, like, completely active. It's like, I'm not tired out at all, but my head is just fucking done for the day. Do you know what I mean? It's like the worst of both worlds almost. It's like I can't sleep and my head's fried. Now this is something that I do. I do 1 meal a day. But again, it doesn't matter. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, it really doesn't matter. The reason why I like the 1 meal a day, personally, I believe I've lost a lot more. So say if I ate 1,500 calories a day, but I only needed 1 meal. Right? Think of it like this. Anytime you eat, you're topping up your food stores. Let's say it takes, like, say, 6, 7, 8 hours for you to deplete the food that you've just eaten from your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner or whatever. Now you're starting to burn fat, you know what I mean? But if I go 24 hours each time, that means, like, that's so many hours of the day that's you're on in that point of only burning fat. Does that make any sense? Now again, that could be pseudoscience, that could be really shit, but it makes me feel good, and also I just like being able to have everything organized personally, and it means I don't have to think of calories multiple times a day. Anytime.
That's like micro-fasting.
Yeah, it is. I would call it micro-fasting. I did do a 3-day fast there about a month ago, and it was alright. I wouldn't really recommend it, and I don't think I'll probably do it again anytime soon. I did it. Is it fun? Particularly not, no. But if, like, if it's something you're interested in, honestly, see if you go back through history and you look up any form of, like, weight loss, every time it comes back to water fasting. It's only been the past, like, 100 years of people been like, maybe you should do, like, this diet instead. Maybe you should do this. It's like, stop eating and just drink water for, like, a day or two and you lose fucking weight. There you go. It's like, holy shit, it actually works. You know what I mean? It's like, oh. And the one that I always got was, have you ever watched that TV show Alone? You know, that one where they go out to, like, the wilderness?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember watching that about a year and a half ago, and there was all these people, and it's like, wait, are you telling me this guy, like, dropped, like, fucking, like, 8 pounds and, like...
They lose all their weight because they're not eating the usual calorie intake they're usually eating, so their body just shreds away weight and is consuming itself.
And that's what kind of got me thinking. I'm like, shit, they lost that much weight in, like, a day and a half? Are you telling me you just don't have to eat for, like, a day and a half, like 2 days, and you're going to lose, like, that much? It's like, yeah, it's like, fuck! So it does work.
Like, it's hard because you don't want to eat.
It's hard because you have access to your fucking kitchen. You've literally got access to fast food on your phone. It is not fun. It is not something that I would recommend. Does it work, and does it work for me? Yes. Would I say you should go out and do it? I mean, that's up to you. I would, like, it works. That's all I'm saying. It does work. Like, And then the other thing would be take progress pictures and tape measure, because honestly, as we've already said, scales, they're land fuckers. You know what I mean? Like, your weight fluctuates so much all the time. The only thing I can say is, like, if you're going to go for scales, make sure first in the morning, take a piss, take a shit, whatever, weigh yourself, and then just keep going from that. Like, that's the best you're going to get to your true weight. But of course, every day you're going to be slightly up, slightly down. It's going to be all over the place. Like, I spent 3 weeks there, and I was bouncing between 170 and 166, and it was fucking horrible. So it was just constantly moving between them numbers, and I just wasn't moving. And the thing is, you're doing everything right, you're doing everything right, but that's just the way it is. Well, weight loss, you're going to hit plateaus from time to time. It is what it is. Like, I know it's bullshit, I fucking hate it, but you are going to hit plateaus, and then, like, once you're over that plateau, you lose, like, fucking, like, half a stone in, like, 3 days. It's, you know what I think it is? I think it's your body thinking that it's, like, starving, and it's like, no, we're going to hold on to this as long as we possibly can. Like, it's really fighting to hold on to it, and then it just, like, shrivels within, like, seconds. Like, over the course of, like, a day and a half, it's like, we're not getting fed, we need to use this energy. It's like your body's, like, fighting for its life to, like, hold on to the fat as much as it can. And again, that's something, like, you can look back on. How many times have humans needed to diet throughout all of human history? How many human beings have needed to have a diet throughout all of human history would be a better question to ask. You know what I mean? Maybe... handful, like, you know, they couldn't be more than, like, honestly, a few thousand people in any country at any given time that have needed to have a diet. And even then, like, you know, you look at, like, freak shows from, like, the 1910s, like, World's Fattest Man. Mate, I've seen more fat people, like, in, you know what I mean, in Asda and Tesco's, you know what I mean, or Walmart or whatever, on a daily basis than, like, this person's, like, this. Another good one would be, like, what do you call the Nazi fellow that was comically fat? Goring?
Oh, Goring.
Like, he was considered ridiculously, like, by today's standard, he's typical North FC body shape. Like, he's got, like, but he was considered, like, laughably comically obese for 1940 standards. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, shit, this isn't good, guys. So anyway, look, we are 35 minutes in. I've only got 1 hour to record because I need to get downstairs to give Megan a hand because Sid is not in good form, and we are on page number 2, and there's 12 pages to this. Yo! But, like, you know what I mean? Broad outline. So, Gabriel, you asked me if you tell me if you think any of this is bullshit or if there's anything you think worth adding. Because I've tried to explain this, and I've tried to strip it down, and I've tried to put it in best and beyond words that I possibly can. Could it still be improved? Yes. Is it probably? No. Is it going to get formatted and fucked up on the website? Probably. Let's just see. So people get so worked up about the small detail, they get lost in the minutiae of it all. Going over and evaluating every tiny detail and being serious, just put the effort in and you'll see results. This is part of the reason why I love training so much. Everything you do has a direct cause and effect. I've had plenty of failed business ventures, spent months or even years for dog shit results. The gym isn't like that at all. If you genuinely put in the effort, within a month, you'll start to see changes. Keep it for a year and you'll be unrecognizable. It all comes down to how much you really want it. If you want it badly, if you want the change, it will happen. And it's up to you to do it. You know what I mean? And it's going to be yours if you set your mind to it. But if you don't set your mind to it, it's not going to happen. And that's really what it all comes down to. It is within your control. It's just hard, you know? Anything else to add?
You have no one to blame for being fat but yourself. Everything is by your own hand.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, and again, I think this is one of the biggest problems that people have. Like, you know, for me, my end goal would be 13 stone. So about, what's 13 stone? Let me get up thingy here.
How many fucking stone?
Stone in pounds. So that's about 180. So it is. That'll be. I'm looking at to try and get about 180, 10% body fat. That's like my end goal. So it is. Like, you know, and I know finally that means I have to put on about 20 pound of muscle, and that's probably going to take me like 3 years. If I started blasting train, I could get there in 3 months.
If you took a cheat code, but yeah, you just cheated to do a lot faster.
Yeah, if I'd started blasting train, I would get there within 3 months. And that's the worst thing about it, that it works. Like, you know, there's a reason why, like, almost every sport in the world has got, like, you know, some form of, like, drugs problem because they work, you know, and that's just the simple fact of the matter. And again, you will get there eventually. It just depends on what you want. Now, again, there's a lot of problems online I see where there's a lot of people that say, like ultimate example, The Rock. Oh, The Rock's never touched steroids in his life. Shut the fuck up. Look at him. The guy's in his fucking 50s. The guy's in his fucking 50s. Look, I'm sorry. You do not get bigger when you go into your 50s. There's not a human alive that gets bigger when they go into their 50s. Now, again, on the other end of the spectrum, I want to show you guys this. I saw this the other day, and again, I thought this was absolute cope on the other end of the spectrum. Let me just get it here. It won't take me a second. Here we go. Open in browser. Now, again, what do you think about this, Garbu? Absolute cope. Natural years later. Now, what age do you think this man's supposed to be? I'm going to say he's in his, 60s with his grey hair?
I have no idea. We're wearing a swimming cap.
Yeah. Either way, I'm sorry, but most naturals do not look like this. They just don't. You know what I mean? They don't go... But again, not to say that steroid users are, not all steroid users look fucking gigantic either. There's a wide spectrum. Could you imagine blasting steroids and you don't even look like you're on steroids? There's a lot of people...
There are a lot of guys who do.
That's got, that's just... That's just not cool.
Well, the thing is, they blast roids, but they don't work out. They just blast roids.
And again, that's something else that people need to remember. If you start blasting, I'm not even joking. Don't even need to go to the gym. You can put on muscle mass just by blasting steroids. It does actually work. Like, it's insane. Like, it's ridiculous. Think of it like a second puberty. Like, you put on muscle as a teenager, and you don't even do anything. It's the exact same thing. Now, don't be wrong, you'll grow a lot more with them, but you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. Either way, I still think that is absolute cope. Because, again, vast majority of people that I've been getting, so many people don't even try. You know what I mean? They just don't try. Anyway, look.
You'd rather take that anti-fat shot than actually go to the fucking gym and work.
See, again, the problem that I've got is I do think, like stuff like Ozempic, GLP-1s, I do think they are definitely worthwhile. And I do think, I think they're probably one of the best things to have ever happened when it comes to, for most people. But the problem is, again, I actually touch on that again in this because I do talk about them. It's kind of like looking at the ends of, Eddie Hall blast steroids. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. He'd be one of the examples of, pretty much, if you want to do strong, man, steroids make you stronger. That's just the way it is. And there's some people that use steroids, and then there's people do you know Togi by any chance, Garbu?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're lucky. So it's this, he's this Zoomer, and he blasts train, and he gambles, and that's, his big thing.
He gambles?
Yeah, he gambles. He just, he YOLOs, millions into shitcoins, and he blasts train, and, that's, his whole, persona. And I think that's the same way as, if you've used steroids, the same way you're looking at Togi to, things like Ozempic, and you're looking at, little fucking ham beast boomer women. It's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, for me personally, when it comes to that sort of thing, I would argue they are tools, and I think you should understand what they are before you use anything like that. You know what I mean? Again, it's all personal choice. But again, one of those ones. So again, this is the biggest thing, and I think we really do. Is there anything else you want to talk out of that, Garber, before we move on when it comes to mindset? Is there any other mindset that you need to hammer in?
I'll just sound mean.
So go for it.
Well, it's one of those things where the mindset is you have to know there's something wrong with you. You have to understand that you fucked up, that you got to go and fix it now. Instead of spending years being normal, you decide to do all these other things that put you in a place where you don't have a foundation of muscle. You don't have a foundation of how to work yourself out. So you have to go in knowing that you fuck things up and now you got to fix it. And that no one can fix it but you. Yeah. You put yourself, you can dig your way out. There's a fantastic sculpture of a man chiseling himself out of his fat body. Yeah. That's really what you are. You have to go in and chisel your way free of who knows how many years of bad decisions. And it's going to be hard. It's going to suck. You're going to want to quit within probably a week. But if you quit, you'll always be that disgusting bag of shit that you've been for the last how many years. You have to go in knowing that your body should not look like that. You have to go in knowing that no matter what Hayes says, your body was never built or made to look the way it is. Even I'm overweight, and I know I am. I did go and lose more weight. But don't think that you're okay. Don't think that all these people saying health at every size, that's wrong. Yeah. You're fat. You got to fix it.
You can always look better. And again, people can always, I think that the biggest bitch excuse I've ever seen is my genetics. Yeah. It's look, you don't even know what the fuck your genetics are like. You haven't really pushed yourself to that point. Do you know what I mean? To really understand. Again, whenever people talk about genetics, a lot of the time you're talking about muscle belly connections and stuff like that. When it comes to bodybuilding and all, I just think people the concept of hard gainers. It's are you actually eating enough? This is are you eating enough? Do you need to get more fit into you? I think if you just do them, you will get there. I don't know. Look, let's keep going. So this is what I think is the most important thing, and I think this is more important than anything else there is when it comes to lifting weights. And I think it's just going to failure. I honestly think going to failure is 90% of the work in every regard. I really do. I think it does the entire job for you.
The work,
So think of it like this. again, we were talking about that earlier. Like, I know a few guys, they go to the gym, they've been going to the gym on and off for like 10 plus years, and they just don't look like they go. And the reason why, they show up, they do what they're comfortable with, and never push themselves truly hard enough. Your body's never going to need to grow. Muscle is an adaptation from you putting your body under stress. You don't actually grow your muscle in the gym. You put your muscle under stress in the gym. You grow outside of the gym. You know what I mean? When you're sleeping, when you're eating, when you're relaxing, when you're doing all that type of stuff. You need to tell your body that it needs to grow, like big time. And again, that's also something that I would hammer home. If you're going to do like a super low calorie diet, like what I'm doing, you have to work your muscles. Again, that is something which you see with Ozempic, because what does Ozempic do? Essentially, what it does is it slows down your digestion system, making you feel fuller for longer. And that's where a lot of people that feel like they're super sick on it, because they pretty much cannot stop stuffing their face, essentially. So what they need to do is and that's why they look so ill and deathly and sickly, because they're essentially doing the Auschwitz diet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They look like a cancer patient because they're not working the muscles. They aren't putting themselves through any suffering, essentially. Like, they're just losing the weight by eating the exact same diet that they had before, just less than, and you need to be eating stuff, like you need to have a high protein diet to prevent muscle loss. You really do have to do it. Because they're the same things. Like, again, I feel like, because I've read a lot about like GLP-1 medications and stuff to try and learn more about them, to see like how do they actually work and how can you implement that on yourself. And essentially how it works is it just makes you less hungry, and that's all it is. It doesn't burn fat, and it doesn't like eat your fat. It doesn't do anything. It changes your response, your brain chemistry to food. Does that make any sense? It makes you feel like
it literally has to force you to make the right decision, not eat as fucking much.
Yeah. And again, but again, that's the other thing where a lot of people from reading about it don't seem to be able to do that either, because they say, oh, it makes me really ill and I'm throwing up all the time. But when you really look into it, it looks like they're just force feeding themselves, because it's like, it's a mental hunger, not a physical hunger. And I think that's where a lot of the problems come in for a lot of people, because, again, you don't get to 400 pounds without having a mental addiction as well as a physical. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of those ones. Anyway, so what is going to failure? Failure is when your muscles have nothing left to give. It's a point where everything burns. Everything feels like it's about to tear. And no matter how hard you try, the weight won't move. It's not just physical either. It's mental. Honestly, most people will never even get close to failure. I would say a good 67% of people never even tap into it. What would you say, Garber? I think most people cannot go to failure. I think a lot of people aren't able to do that at all.
I think they're afraid. I think they're afraid they're going to hurt themselves. Like, even today, I was doing preacher curls, and I was literally struggling on the last one. You have to literally. Failure is where, as you're doing the lift and the motion, you are struggling to complete the range of motion. Yeah. Like, for a preacher curl, whether you're doing it on your thigh or on a machine, you have to literally be struggling to pull that thing up, where your arms are shaking and you're gritting your teeth and your body's trying to cheat. Like, your body's going to try and buck your shoulders, try and get that weight moving. That's what failure is when you start failing to complete the range of motion. Yeah. That's what failure actually means. Where you're on like your fourth or fifth set, you're on your last 5 reps and you're struggling to get that weight up and complete the range of motion. That's what failure actually is. Simply it means to fail to complete the set.
Who knew and usually better at something you had to fail to get good at it?
Yeah, well, that and usually you're gonna fail reps. You're like, say, like I do sets of 12. So if I'm at 10 going trying to push through it, I'll stop and go fuck. And I'll wait, and I'll do like one more rep, and I'll wait, and I'll try and struggle through that last rep. Like, literally like my entire body's shaking like a little autistic shit, like just trying to push through it.
Yeah, you see your muscles start to like spasm almost, like, you know, oh, it's fucking horrible. So we won't go too much into this. You know, again, you guys can download this, but ways to help to push you to failure. Now, I think this is important because, again, I think a lot of people just don't do it because it is uncomfortable and it's not fun. Like, you know, it really isn't fun. But I don't know, I kind of enjoy it now. I like it. I like the mental drive it gives me. So, like, you know, maybe I'm just fucking sadist. I don't know. So cheat laps done right. A bit of cheating goes a long way, but don't be retarded about it. If you're swinging the weights around and reps 1, 2, and 3, you're not training. You're just wasting. You really are. Like, what's the fucking point? You're swinging it. You're using momentum. You're not even hitting the fucking target muscle. So you're just showing up for the band at this point, you know what I mean? Cheat laps are only for the last couple of laps when your muscles are cooked and there's no chance of another clean one. A little momentum at the very end to squeeze out 1 or 2 more laps, and I think that's really where the magic happens, you know what I mean? I really do. Partial laps I think are also very worthwhile. If you can't get through the full range of motion, don't stop, keep going. Just like, you know, even if you're moving like an inch, I think that's something. You know what I mean? Even just like that tiniest bit. Static holds. Have you ever... me Patcher's been getting me to do static holds, and they are fucking disgusting. Do you do many static holds?
Not really. And more or less, you hold the weight in its completed rep form, right? You kind of hold it there.
Try to do them with lateral raises and preacher curls. It's fucking disgusting, so it is.
Lateral raises, fuck that.
Yeah, I know.
Static holds or lateral raises? No thanks, Satan.
Yeah, we'll give it a go and see what you think of it. Honestly, it's bad. It's really bad. Honestly, you know, the best exercise to go to failure on is lateral raises because it gives you like the easiest way to work out if you actually cannot move. You know what I mean? Because it's a really awkward way of like lifting it up. So like, I think that's the best one to go to failure on. That or preacher curls, like, or just machines. Go machines. You can't. Like, what happens if you fail on a machine? The worst that happens, you slam it down, and someone might turn around and look at you funny. You look like a bit of a dickhead. You know what I mean? That is literally the worst that's going to happen. Everyone thinks like, oh, I'm going to die. It's like, yeah, maybe if you're on a fucking bench press and no one's about, you're in your home gym. You know what I mean? And the only person that's going to find you,
yourself. Yeah,
and the only person that's going to find you is your fucking dog. Fucking 4 weeks later or something. Do you know what I mean? But like, you know, you're going to be fine. Like,
games.
Like 99% of the time, you're going to be completely fine going to failure. You're not going to. And again, like, you know, for a lot of people, it's like, oh, I might tear my bicep off. That only happens to like fucking people that are actually strong. See, if you're only new to it, you're not strong enough to tear your bicep off. If you are strong, if you do tear your bicep off, I would argue that your insides are just fucking pathetically weak and there's nothing to you to get. Like, you know, like, what's wrong with your sinews? Why is it not holding together correctly? Like, you know, it's different when if you're like trying to like move hundreds of kilos. Like, you know, the human body does have its limits when it comes to physics. And that is where, like, you know, you are going to run into issues. But, like, you see, for someone just starting out, unless you're, like, doing fucking mathy shit, you're probably not going to hurt yourself. You know what I mean? For most people, they're probably not going to be able to hurt themselves. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing, like, really mathy shit. What would you say, Garbo?
I don't really do any of these.
Do you know?
Well, to me, I guess it'd be a partial set where like you stop and you take a breath and you try and basically you just struggle to complete the set with all the reps.
Mm.
You got to like do one rep, then pause and then force out another rep. I'm more of a just finish the mission.
The mission. Honestly, like, Garber, I want to hear what you think about doing static holds on your gut releases in next week, alright?
I would rather fucking put a 10-pound weight up my asshole and do fucking squat and do that. Fuck that, dude.
Honestly, I think it works. So genuinely, it does work.
Imagine holding like a lateral raise with like the bent arm posture is holding it there, dude. Fuck that.
Dude, for like 3 seconds. I do 3 to 5 seconds, and they're not fun. Like, they are just not fun, but you know it's working, though. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You're going to feel the burn as it fucking rips across your fucking shoulders.
I've got this weird idea. I really do believe the worse something feels, the better it has to be for you. That's why I believe in deadlifts so much. Because, like, there's no way anyone can do, like, max deadlifts and not be fucked up for, like, 3 days after. You just can't. Like, there's just no...
I know doing those belt squats, they fucked me up for like 3 days.
Yeah, they look pretty good though. They look pretty good. Also, I'm just gonna put it out here. Last video we did, Garbu said 100 kg squat was baby weight, and what do you know? Garbu was doing an 80 kg one, and he recorded himself. Ooh.
I'm doing it for high reps, you fuck. I'm only doing 5 sets of 16 reps. My apologies.
Okay. Now, again, a caveat that I really want to put in here, because again, people are going to be like, try harder. This is not.
That I weigh 250 pounds. God damn it.
This is not about being hardcore. It's just about putting in the effort. If you're not pushing yourself to failure on at least a few sets, like, you know, every night, like if you can imagine, if you can do true failure even once a session, I think you're doing it right. Because the thing is, so many people just can't do it. I think everything should be aimed towards failure. At least that should be the goal. Even though you're going to feel failure, that's okay. But I think you should be trying to get there. Do you know what I mean? I really do believe that. Here, Garbu, do you want to go? Well, okay, we'll do getting stronger. We'll bang that out really quickly. Progressive. Do we need to do progressive overload? I think everyone should know this. Add more weight, add more reps.
The shit should be obvious. You can't just sit and stagnate.
I know. And we've kind of already talked about it, so I'm going to skip over it. If you want, you can go ahead, you can download this yourself, and you can talk about it. Now, Garbu asked me to put this section in, and I wrote it out in my own word. Mm-hmm. So do you want to read it out now? You said to put it in. I wrote it out, so you tell me what you think. If I'm way off.
Ego lifting, I get it. It's like the Green Goblin mask telling you to slap another plate on the bar, but seriously, leave it. You'll get stronger in time. Just because I said cheating is fine at the end of a set doesn't mean you get to swing the weight around from the very first rep. If you're doing that, you're not lifting the weight. You're just flailing around, and honestly, it makes you look weak. When I see some broccoli hair teenager ego lifting, I don't really care. At that age, it's all fun and games. They'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, it's like a 16-year-old. It's like, it's a 16-year-old. Yeah, they're having fun. You know what I mean? Leave them be. See, when I see a full-grown adult doing that, it's fucking embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and with ego lifting, they don't do the complete range of motion, the complete ROM.
Like, what I find impressive is, see, whenever I see someone doing a deep-ass squat, fuck, that's impressive. See, whenever you see, like... on a decent weight, it's like, gee, like that's impressive to me. You know what I mean? Like that's what I call impressive.
I find sumo squats completely unimpressive.
See, again, I would argue. See, when it comes to different stances, when it comes to deadlifts, it really doesn't come down to your body shapes and stuff like that. Some people have an easier time with different ways. I think one of the biggest problems you have against sumo is a lot of guys like. See, for like your traditional like strongman, like people that do strongman training and stuff, because the way that they tend to be shaped, like, you know, they tend to be quite tall, they tend to be like tend to have quite long arms, that sort of thing. They don't really get any benefits from the sumo stance at all. To conventional, and again, I think it comes down to body shape, but it depends on like where you are and all that sort of stuff. But I get that. Like, you know, it's the same, like I use a trap bar, and I know not many people are going to be like, James, it's a fucking trap bar. But I like doing it, and I think it gives like a lot less strain on my neck.
Yeah, it's like some guy like, you're doing the wrong. Shut up.
It's like, it's more of a squat that it's like, I don't care. I enjoy it, and frankly, it grows your traps like fuck, and it doesn't bust your what do you call it, your posterior chain half as much. So you like spinal erectors. See, when they're in tatters, it's like, fucking kill me. You know what I mean? But it doesn't feel too bad. Anyway, keep going, and then you tell us if there's anything worth adding to this.
But when I see a fully grown man trying to curl weights that are clearly way too heavy for him, it's just embarrassing. You aren't impressing anyone. You're just trying to show off to strangers or brag to your friends about lifting some weight you clearly can't handle. What impresses me is going super deep into squats or going the whole way down with a preacher curl. That shit's impressive. Doing wee gay partials from rep 1 and struggling will never impress anyone. You are playing pretend with yourself. And to be clear, it doesn't mean that you should sit on the same weight forever doing easy sets of 10 either. You still need to push for progress. Just do it right. If you can already smash out 10 or more reps with a weight easily, it's time to go heavier, or more reps for that matter. Yeah. The key is control progression and not acting like a clown. So ego lifting will also get you hurt, for sure.
Yeah,
like there are guys who go to the gym and they literally just do the 1 rep max like 5 times and call it a day. But by the 4th time, they've gassed themselves. They're going to be doing cat backing, or they're going to tear their deltoid or their bicep. They're going to rip open a cord in their chest, you know, like it's if you ego lift like you're a fucking pro lifter trying to go for a 1 rep Olympic lift, you're going to hurt yourself. Those guys train for years so they can do that 1 rep. You're just trying to go to the gym and not be a fat piece of shit.
Now, don't get me wrong, I do think it is worth doing your 1 rep max from time to time, just to get an idea of where you are, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, you don't need to, I would say do that, like, once a month type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, if even. Like, you know, again, it's one of those ones, there is a bit of a difference. The amount of people I see doing preacher curls that do not go down in it. And it's like, man, I know fine, like, you need to, like, take half of it off.
Or they're going, like, basically, you know, if you're starting out, look at what the full range of motion. Now, you can see the most is like this is in a hammer curl.
Yeah.
Hammer curls, to me, I go from all the way down, all the way up, and I touch that dumbbell to my shoulder. I go all the way up, I go boink, and I touch that fucking dumbbell to the top of my shoulder. Now, for me, that's a full range of motion. If you go just like you go from side your legs to a 90 degree, to me, it's only half the rep. You got to go all the way up and then touch that thing because it's going to hit your entire upper shoulders as well as your arms and your forearms. You got to grip it and do the entire way up and then tap your fucking top of your shoulder with that dumbbell and do the entire range of motion. Preacher curls, like you're saying, people cheat on those all the fucking time. You go all the way down and you go all the way up. You don't stop at like 45 or 90 degrees. You got to come all the way up. You got squeeze that bicep to your fucking forearm.
What is it with biceps in particular? Like, you see them as well, not even a preacher, just doing like a street bar curl, and they're like swinging about, like fully swinging. Like, what is it with fucking biceps that attracts people to do it so badly?
I don't know. Well, that and folks don't know that your deltoids and your triceps are what make your arm big in the first fucking place.
I don't know. We already talked about, like, I do think biceps are a bit of a mean muscle, not gonna lie. But there is something unga bunga in the brain that just says, biceps. You know what I mean? Like, you know, at the same time, it's like, right, you know what? Pretty much I've run out of time, so this will be a free download, but I do want to talk about what the actual exercises are. And do you want to just read that, Garbro? I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this in or not.
So just sleep. Recovery is eating and sleeping. Yep.
Yeah. Sleep now. And what I did is also, so I put in exactly what I do. I put in options. Now, again, like, you know, the reason why these are picked is
farmer cares are nice. Yeah.
What? Farmer walks? I fucking love farmer walks, man. Honestly, I could do that shit every day.
You want to feel everything burn at the same time? Farmer walk.
Farmer walks, I think it's a great finisher. Like, see if you're like got a wee bit of steam left in you by the end of the session. See if you do that until there's nothing left, you'll know you're done. Do you know what I mean by the end of them? And again, I've put in, so like there's so many alternatives. And also I put in a version, so say you've got problems, you don't want to go to the gym, say like, you know, there's so many, like, I get it. There's so many reasons why someone might not want to go to your gym. You know what I mean? So I've put in a way to go about that with just dumbbells and a bench. And there you go. This is full body workout, dumbbells and bench. Do that twice a week. But I'm just going to run through what it is that I do and why I like them. And then we're going to have to get going because, as I say, we've gone out of time. So Megan's probably shouting at me already. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. No, that's all right. Okay, so what I do. First up, this is the same every week, and I do it twice a week. One day's heavy, one day's light. So one day, I'm constantly putting more weight on the bar, trying to go up and up and up. The other day, I kind of go for like a much lighter weight, and I go anywhere from like 10 to 20 reps. But my deadlift's kind of getting ridiculous at the minute. I managed to get 40 in set one. I got 40 reps out of my body weight, which is kind of fucking ridiculous, but like, you know, hey, this is where we're at. So anyway, up number one, trap bar deadlift. I would honestly recommend, I know a lot of people are going to laugh at it, but I would honestly recommend a trap bar over a barbell for anyone like first starting out, because it's pretty much impossible to fuck up.
You gotta learn, so for a deadlift, you gotta learn your form before anything else.
Trap bar, you literally just stand on it and you just like squat down a bit. Like, it's a lot easier, so it is, and honestly, you're going to lift a lot heavier with it. I like it, but again, you can use any form of deadlift variation. It's completely up to you. You pick out what feels good to you, and you're going to do 5 sets to failure, CR. Why are you doing 5 sets to failure? You probably don't need to do 5 sets, honestly. You can probably get away with like 3 or 4, but we're going to do 5 because it makes me feel good. All right, that's really what it comes down to. It makes me feel good. After that, we're then going to go now. We're going to do 3 big compounds first. We're going to go for a deadlift. We're going to do a bench, and then we're going to do something from a squat variation. I love a hack squat. Again, it's a machine, but you can do if you want to use a barbell. That's completely up to you. You want to use a perfect squat machine. There's so many. Or like, have you seen them pendulum machines? Or like, what's the one you're using? That belt one?
Yeah, I use a belt squat.
You know what I mean? You guys can use whatever you want. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you do 3 heavy compounds back to back, well, maybe Patrick, he flew up the other day, so he did. So, like, that's something. But he got back on it, so that's good. So that's something. You really can't fuck up compounds, though. They're the main things I think that glue you the most muscle by far, and nothing else even comes close to it. So anyway, look, gone through this, so. And we are back after, like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I think it has been like 2 weeks.
It's been 37 years.
Yeah, and, Garbgo did a thing. Do you guys remember them, like, cosplay firearms that he was doing a wee while back?
I saw those, yeah.
Yeah, and they all sold out, didn't they?
Yeah, we're doing our second batch right now.
Sweet. And is there any way to, like, sign up ahead of time? Do you have, like, an email list on it all?
I made a Twitter for it, and we're gonna do Twitter alerts on there. It's just 405 customs.
Hey, and they are pretty cool. And by the way, are you doing a chainsword? Because I told you got to do a chainsword, and you got to have the moving teeth.
Yeah, that's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I know. That's like £1,000 jobby, so it is right there. Not gonna lie, yeah, that is. But it would be really fucking cool, though.
It'd be hella hard, say that much.
Yeah, it would. And finally, it would get jammed all the time, and then whoever buys it would be like, bro, this book after like 5 days is like, what were you doing with it? Were you swinging it about? Yeah. Were you trying to cut up like were you trying to do like flitting and shit? No.
Ninja, yeah.
No. It's like, yeah, you were, weren't you? It's like, maybe. I
really
don't know.
Sucked is that Games Workshop sent the company we're using to cease and desist.
Well,
and we're kind of funny. It's kind of funny because they called the file space. So they renamed the files to Space Racist Gun.
I mean, that's probably going to piss them off. Not going to lie. That's a good way to just piss off Games Workshop. Apparently, Games Workshop headquarters, Warhammer World and stuff, is called like the Nazi building in Nottingham. Apparently, it's like, I don't really think it is, but like people make it out as if it is. Building? What? Anyway, look, we're back where we are because I ran out of time recording, and I'd really like to get through this, and I've reformatted it a wee bit. You know what? I'm just going to post it in the links in the comments down below, so I will, if you want to read this over yourself. I've sent it to a few people, and actually, you know what? I actually think I've got pretty positive feedback, because there have been people that have sent like RPG stuff before, and they've straight up told me if it was trash or not. So I'm going to assume it's like, that's kind of good, Yeah. Anyway, so like, also one other thing, I managed to lift 202 or 203 kg for five times on Monday there, just putting it out there. I've been wanting to do that. That was my goal for the end of the year. Now, don't get me wrong. Was I fighting for my life? Yeah. Did I drop it twice? Actually, yeah, I fully dropped it twice on the floor. But that doesn't matter, because I managed to lift it 5 times in total. So I don't care. And like, you know what? See people that get all uppity about, the way you drop and stuff. It's like, well, you know what? If you're not fucking pushing yourself, what's the fucking point? Also, by the way, this is one thing that I feel like I completely forgot to mention throughout all this. Now, I know we talked about going to failure and stuff, but if you're only going, again, one of the biggest reasons why I think I've came across, because I've argued with my mates. I was out drinking with my mates last week, and a lot of them just don't believe me. It's like, no, James, 2 days a week is not enough. It's just not enough. You can't fucking do anything with 2 days a week. There's no fluff. Every single rep, every single set, everything has to mean something. You know what I mean? You can't just go through the motions with this. That's the reason why it's only 2 days a week. Your body will be fucking broken. You know what I mean? It will be broken. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to, so they didn't believe me that much. I was like, right, well, come on, you come with me and we'll have a session. They're like, right, okay. So I'm just going to bully them tonight. Actually, I'm going at 7:00 with 2 of my friends, and we'll see how they get on. Hopefully, well, the only thing is, Meatley, he's really fucking strong. He can do He hasn't went to the gym in ages, but he does it every now and again. He's got a home gym, and he can do I don't know what this is in pounds, but Garb, if you've got any idea, he does 42 kg dumbbell press, like not like like incline press. What do you call it? I can't remember the name of it.
Shoulder press, probably.
Yeah. But it's fucking 42 kg. It's like Jesus Christ,
that's nearly 100 pounds.
Yeah, like that's a lot. Like that's all I'm saying. That's a fucking lot. It's probably double than what I can do for reps. So like we'll see what happens. I know I'm gonna batter them with the legs because both of them boys just do not do legs like ever. You know what I mean? Like they were saying, like James, what? Because I got up to 130 kg hack squat. I was pretty happy with that. And they're like, what? And I was like, well, it's not that big. Like if you think about it, like I used to weigh 115 kg, so like that's not much more than doing my own body weight, like my old body weight when I was fat, you know what I mean? So like
I remember you're doing your body weight plus that weight.
Yeah,
when you squat you do your body weight.
Yeah,
and I've been doing some experiments while I was waiting for you to get back to me. I was kind of doing some experiments about what hurts more, isolation or
oh, did you try them? What did you think?
So for me I did them for about 2 weeks, because it's been about 2 weeks since we last did this.
Yeah.
In isolation, just for the legs, does not do what actual squats do. Like the post day like pain is nowhere near as complex when you do isolations. Like you get like a little, like it burns more in the moment when you're doing the exercise, but in terms of like feeling sore, nah, man. Like I did a lot of fucking leg extensions, hamstring contractions, calf raises. Like I hit everything doing these little machines, and it did not feel the same, or I didn't feel as satisfied than just doing fucking like belt squats or T-bar squats or like even like hack squat machines.
There's just something about compound exercises. There really is.
Honestly,
there's just I don't understand it, because you would think like, in isolation, well, that should be like working most because it's only doing that one muscle. So you're really focused in on that one muscle. But I don't know. See, for like overall strength builder, you cannot fuck up a good compound. You know what I mean? The only compound exercise that I'm really not a fan of would probably be like overhead press, and that's only because I'm not very good at it. You know what I mean? But again, that's because I'm on such a big diet. At the minute, all pressing exercises are just shit. Like they're really shit. So like, I'll see what I'm like whenever I've actually got fit in me again when I'm off this African diet. Anyway, look, let's bang this out because that's what I call it. Like, well, I'm eating fuck all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, really may as well be like, it's like, so James, what do you eat? It's like, well, a lot of meat, but whenever I say a lot of meat, it's not a lot of meat. It just means like percentage wise, I'm on about maybe like 70-80% of all the food I eat would probably be like some form of like protein based, like eggs or meat. But that doesn't mean I'm eating a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not. Anyway, look, back onto it. So, let's break this down. So, the first 3 things we're going to do is we're going to do all the big compound exercises at the start. Why are we doing them at the start? Because they will fuck you up, and you just cannot do this shit later in the... You're just going to be knackered. Like, you really will. Like, I have to do them straight away. And the reason why we're going for deadlifts first is because they also do your legs, and also we're going to be doing squats. And I really do not want to do 2 big, dirty leg exercises back to back. So that's why we've done them like that way. Also, you could do your squats first up if you really wanted to, instead of doing the deadlifts. I just like deadlifts more. I have more fun with them. I look forward to it the most, so that's why it's number 1 on my list. But you could swap them to and from. Let's keep going. After that, we've got either a bench press or a Smith. What's your views on Smith, Garbro? Do you like them? Do you hate them? People have really strong views on them.
I use Smiths for certain things. Like I actually use Smiths for shrugs. I'll stand sideways to the Smith, and then shrug the bar with my single arms. In terms of squats, they're really constricting. Your body can't move because you're locked in that position. Now, if you want to do like chest presses or military presses while sitting down, like they're great. They're great for having control. But in terms of doing squats, they're not. I don't think they're made to do squats. They're made for more like arm stuff, really.
I've tried doing squats on a Smith machine once, and it was a fucking disaster.
It hurts my knee.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's because again, it's good if again if you're doing like a bench press with it, I think it works just fine. But it's just too because it's just the range of motion. It doesn't move about at all, and I think that's harder. Like, I really do if you're going to go for a squat, because you do just slightly tilt just a little bit. So, like, it is very restricting. But I see a lot of people fucking despise the Smith machine, like, genuinely, like, they spit on it and shit. You know what I mean? Well, not literally, but they're not fans of it in the slightest. I think it's fine. It's just about,
screen.
yeah, spit on it. No, I can't do that. But yeah, no, honestly, and again, so does anything come close to hitting chest? Like, what would you do, say, Garbu? For me, like, bench is just insane when it comes to hitting your chest. I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm a fly guy. I'm a fly guy. I do incline flies, regular flies, and then cable flies.
Not bad.
That's just this is how I do it. I do, you know, like the cable machines, you hold into the handles, and you can do a huge chest fly. You do incline straight on, and then decline while standing, and you go to a.
You're the guy that takes up the entire cable machine, aren't you? With both of them, like the big.
I do it on certain days when I know I'm on there. Okay, I'm a courteous cable hogger.
Okay, fair enough. Honestly, that I used to, like, I still am a fan of cable machines, and I still do use them, but it's just because they're in use a lot of the time, so I'm like, I'll just do something else, you know?
There's some asshole just like it's like hogging out the entire cable machine. Like, bro, could you fuck off? And there's only one of these here.
Now, all I'm saying is, I've got Garbu, do you have a nemesis at your gym? Because I've got one nemesis at my gym. It's a tiny.
There is an annoying love triangle thing that just gets in my fucking way, and they're gross and distracting because they're so fucking gross.
Why? What do they do?
I can't even fucking explain it, dude. Like, they're constantly like trying to touch each other while they're working out, and the thing is, like, they're all grotesque looking. It's like a bunch of flirt with each other.
Oh no! And
it's just like ugh, you're all fucking gross.
Yeah.
And like, they're not really a nemesis. They're like more of like a giant fucking annoyance. Like, oh, it's you people.
Not them again. No,
literally, yeah. Oh, not them again.
Oh no. The only weird couple I've seen so far is they were quite young. They were only like maybe 16, 17, so it's not like, you know, that big of a deal. Like, you know, girl and a boy, and both of them just had no idea what they were doing. But, like, you know, that's okay. Like, you know, see, whenever like they're doing like weird, like really weird, like swinging about things, you know, like, I don't know, they were just like
people who just do dumb shit. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know, but like, again, it's not so bad if like they're young, because it's like, well, you know, like, you know, they don't know what they're doing. That's okay. I'm not going to go over and like help them or anything, because like, I just want to get my shit done personally, if I be honest with you. I was like, you do you. There was one time I saw this old boy in his like fucking 50s, and he was doing the most methy shit ever with the Smith machine. Like, I mean, he was like putting plates down, and he lifted the bench like up, like raised it up using a load of plates, and then he was like, you know, doing that like weird back arch thing, but it was even more bizarre, and he was like doing it like on a decline and stuff, and it was like really fucking weird. But the guy was like, he wasn't young, like, you know, he looked like he was in his like late 50s, you know what I mean? It's like, man, what are you doing? Like, you know, just fucking do a weight that you can actually do. And then he was only moving it like 1 inch. It's like, okay, don't get me wrong, if you're moving at 1 inch, it's like, I'm sure you're going to see some growth, but like, you know, just take a bit off, and you honestly, you have so much more fun. You know what I mean? You'll be fine. There's no need to be getting on like that. You know what I mean? There's just no need. But sorry, no, my nemesis, tiny little blonde woman. Now, I'm very happy. I haven't seen her since the schools got off.
Really?
Yeah. So like, you know, I'm very happy about that. But you know what she does? Because I feel like me and her are the only ones that, like, during the times that I go, she's the only other one that uses like any of the leg machines. Like, she's the only one that really uses the hack squat. She uses the hack squat and the perfect squat machine. Now, what pisses me off about her, now, normally I would have no issue with that. I've got no problem with her at all. However, whenever she's still not finished her fucking set on, say, a leg press, she goes over, she dumps all of her stuff down on, like, you know, the next machine. Then she like sits and fucking fucks about for another like 5-6 minutes. You don't get a fucking hog machine that you're not currently on, right?
Gonna use immediately, yeah.
You know, you just don't get to do that, all right? I'm sorry. Just stop fucking... No. Fucking stop it. It fucking pisses me off to no end that she fucking does that, and she's
Little
done,
blonde cunt.
yeah, and she's done that to me a good few times. She's not like she's old. Well, she's not old. Like, you know, I was going to say she's old. It's like, oh yeah, Garber. She's like your age. She's a bit older, so she's like late 30s.
Oh, thanks.
Well, what are you? You've been like 32 for the past like 10 years. Like ever since I met you, you've been 32, 33 the entire time.
I'm James Moriarty. Yeah. No, not Moriarty. Who's the guy who lives in the fucking painting?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure.
But I'm 34 technically.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? I thought you were. No. That doesn't make sense.
No,
that doesn't make sense, Garb.
No, it's not true. No.
Anyway, look, let's keep going. So, you're going to be doing 5 sets to failure. And then, what I mean by this is you're going to go fucking hard. And, like, the only thing I would be really careful on is, going to failure, it's completely fine. The only thing that I would be worried about going to failure is any form of, like, bench. Genuinely, bench, you probably should be worried about that. Going to failure on a fucking deadlift means you pass out. You know what I mean? You fall over, which I've nearly.
You should not go to failure on a deadlift.
Well,
or a squat. You're gonna fall over and break your shit.
Yeah. Hack squat's not too bad because you're in a machine. Like, you know, you go like, you know, you're just gonna be stuck crouched down, and someone's gonna have to pull you out. You know what I mean? Your knees are gonna be in your face, but you're probably gonna be fine. But yeah, barbell press, bench press. That's probably the only one that I would be like really like avoid. Please avoid that. So that's gonna be the meat of your session, if I be honest with you. If you wanted to leave after that, what would you say, Garber? People could show up and just do them 3 exercises and they get pretty fucking strong, I'd say. You know? And
you're going to feel it the first day after for sure. You're like, where are all these muscles come from? You're like trying not to fucking sit down and fall into your toilet.
And if it is your first time ever going, now don't get me wrong, if it's the first time going, I'm not expecting someone to go in and start doing deadlifts right out the bat, because it's like, that's just not a good idea. However, like, you know, you will feel this, and you will be very stiff, and you will be very sore. And frankly, I think it can take up to 10 days to fully recover from deadlifts, if I be honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Until you're actually like I feel better now.
Yeah, okay. I think it can take 10 days. Bench press, I think you'll be fine. You should be fine after 3. I don't know. I don't think you could be sore after 4 days. You know, I think
thing you gotta do is your first time, you gotta focus on form. Don't do some fucking heavy ass weight. Learn the form first.
Yeah, honestly, like, see if it came to it. Like, I honestly see if it comes to like the barbell, I would honestly don't even bother put weights on, and just, like, you know, the bar itself is 20 kg, so, like, you know, that's enough just to get a feel for it. You know what I mean? If you're feeling a bit adventurous, throw some tens on, see what you make of it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you'll be fine. Of course, there will be some guys, first day ever, they'll be able to walk in and throw a plate on each side, and they'll have no issue with that. And some guys are going to have to work for months before they even see like a plate on. It just depends. Everyone's kind of slightly different. But yeah, that's going to be your meat of it all, if to be honest with you. Like, if you go as hard as you can on the compounds, and then you know you can take it a wee bit easier on the isolations, it's not the biggest deal. You know what I mean? Anyway, so there's our 3 big ones. After that, we're going to go for either some from a back exercise. If you want, you can push this back, because I've done it a few times where my back's in tatters from doing the deadlift still, and I'm like, nah, I'm doing that pull down like near the end. Like, you know, I'm just not feeling it yet. I need a bit more. I need an extra like 20 minutes, and that's okay. Get your lateral raises in. You know what I'm reaching about? I've never been to a gym that has, you know, the machines that do the lateral raises. They look pretty cool.
I've always just used either cables or dumbbells, because, like, I mean, it's a lateral raise. It's not exactly like groundbreaking. That and lateral raises are extremely important for building those muscles that are going to stabilize your shoulders.
Yeah.
Got to do your front raises and your lateral raises.
Yeah, if you want, you can bump both of them in. So, we've done, and again, lateral raises, I've put it down here, side delts, the sides of your shoulders, if you want that nice silhouette. And then afterwards, we have some bicep exercises. I don't know what it is, but there's something like unga bunga part in your brain where I know biceps, like, for anyone that actually goes to the gym knows that biceps are just not an impressive muscle. But for whatever reason, biceps are like the metric of like what makes you look big. Does that make any weird sense? Even though it's
bicep
not.
Doesn't make your arm. Saying that bicep doesn't even make your arm look big. It's your triceps and your fucking delts.
I know, but there's some unga bunga part in your brain that's just like bicep though. and I can't understand why. Even though
Big ball muscle.
I know, but it's not even used all that much. Like, if I be honest with you, it's really not. But yeah, I love preacher curls. Any form of like preacher curl, I fucking love that shit. I just really enjoy it. And also, you can do a lot of like, you can do some static holds with it. You can do forced reps. It's probably one of the easiest ones to like go to failure on.
I think a preacher curls like Babby's first, because there's also crossbody curls, hammer curls, reverse curls.
I did hammer curls the other day, and it was actually pretty good. I actually quite enjoyed them.
Bro,
I must
they
say.
hit your forearm so good.
Yeah. They really did.
Because you go up. Now me, I do what's called I do what I call the full curl. I go up from a hammer curl to where you press your form to get your bicep, and then you raise your arm a little bit and hit your full belt. So you go. It's actually too much. You hammer curl, then you lift your arms up and you bring them back down, and you raise, because it hits your shoulders. And I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, I don't know. I just enjoy that type of shit. So again, biceps. And now after this, we do now. Personally, this is kind of optional. I feel like I've put this in more, like I've started doing more of these because I feel like my body part is lacking the most would be my rear delts, even though they still get hit with like, the landmine lows and stuff. I just feel like my rear delts just are miles behind my side delts and front delts, if I be honest with you. Which is kind of a shame because I think my back is really good. If I be honest with you, I think my back is probably either my back or my calves are the best thing that I have at the minute anyway. But it's just something. I think that's what I'm really missing at my back would be reverse rear delts. So again, you don't really have to do that because it is a really small muscle. But I'm more just doing that because I feel like if I want to get like more fullness, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Tricep push down. I use a push down machine mostly because the cables are. Yeah, I like it. Honestly, the machine's quite good. And if you get one with a belt, you can actually go pretty heavy with it. But again, it's one of those ones you can't just use cables. Cables are probably better, but the cables are mostly being used quite a bit, and everyone loves the street bar. What's your go-to exercise for triceps? Skull crushes are hard to beat as well. Like,
so I do extensions. I do extensions from the front and from the rear, where you haul it up over your head.
Yes.
So front extensions, back extension, and then the push down works just fine.
Yeah. So I like them. And then by this point, you're gonna be absolutely fucked. But I love doing them at the very end. The reason for it is it just completely kills you. I love a bit of farmer's walks, and again, they're mostly just for your traps and your forearm, or your traps and your grip strength. But again,
forearms too. It'll get you.
What do you say?
Forearms too, it'll get you right there.
And again, like, you can't really go wrong with it. It's one of those ones for me personally. If I feel like I've got to the end and I've still got a bit of like steam left in me, like I don't always have the steam left in me, but if I do have a bit, like, it's like I could do something more. I could probably do something. Like, that's why I would just do farmers walks until I'm finished. And I'm like, oh, fuck this, I'm away. See you guys about. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking. You're just fucking tired and done, and that's what farmers walks will do for you. And also, I don't think you should be doing like your grip at the very start, because if you think about it, if your grip starts to go and your hands are worn out, you pretty much can't do anything else. So I would recommend to do that at the very, very end, regardless. You know what I mean? Do you have any favored finishers, Garbro?
Finishers? I don't really have finishers. I kind of do my exercises and I go. Now, say I'm not tired yet, I'll just do an extra set until I can't.
Yeah.
I don't really have finishers. I just add on sets.
Yeah. Again, one thing I should add in is all the isolations are set to 3 sets, whereas the big compounds are set to 5. Again, if you're feeling it, bump it up to 5. If you've got more time, you're only going to the gym twice. If you're doing this, you're only going twice. I feel like a lot of people have said to me, it's like, James, 5 sets is a bit excessive. Like, what I mean? That's a bit much. Like, you only need 3. It's like, if you're still like got it and you're not going hard enough, it's like, I don't know. I still feel like I've got something in me though. You know what I mean? I feel like if I was to get like the deadlifts all set up and I only did 3 sets, I'm like, hey, I could do more. You know what I mean? I feel like I could bang something else out. You know what I mean? Just take a wee bit of a break and you'll be fine. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much what I do now. But I don't have the exact equipment listed. What the fuck do I do? Oh no! I've given you a huge big list, huge whatever. And again, it's not about the exercise itself. Don't get me wrong. There's so many exercises that you can do that are, some are better than others, yes. But so many people get so fucking worked up over, no, this one.
Or dumb shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, and how many times? I've seen it a few times where I've Like, you know, some big internet personality, like in the fitness, would do a video, and they talk about doing this one exercise that's going to blow you up. I guarantee you go to the gym, like within a week, I see like 4 or 5 people doing this like new weird fucking exercise. Not to say that it doesn't work, but you do see a lot of people jumping on trends, or like people who want to try new stuff out. And again, that's fine. Really what it comes down to is find what you enjoy doing the most. You know what I mean? When it comes to biceps, for me personally, I love some form of preacher curl. Does it not mean you have to do, you just do what you fucking want to do? Garber, what would you say if someone was like, Garber, you need to add like split squats, Bulgarian split squats, and you're going to...
I'll tell them mind their own fucking business.
Just fucking go away. No, I will do absolutely anything else. Like, why would I do that over any other form of like squat? Like, unless... I'm
not going to tell everyone to not do what you're saying to do because you're pissing me off. Go away.
Yeah, like, you know, find an
why
exercise.
Are you talking to me?
Like,
first question.
Like, see, like, let's go for the bench press. Does it have to be incline? No, you can do it flat. I just personally like doing it incline. I feel it's a lot more comfortable. I like it. That's why both mine, I tend to do incline. I don't really do flat bench all that often, but there's no, like, it doesn't mean you shouldn't swap it out.
I don't either, really. I've kind of moved away from benches, and I don't know. This is not very comfortable for me anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just not. And maybe I just don't have the right form, whatever. I don't know. I like it on a bit of an incline. And again, you know, you can use a bar, you can use a Smith, you can use dumbbells. There's so many options. You just find what you like doing yourself personally, and that's really what it comes down to. All you need is to find exercises that you personally enjoy and look forward to doing. It's the same with a diet plan. If someone says, like, for instance, for me, loads of people love salmon. I'm just not a big fan of salmon. I just don't really like salmon. It doesn't fill me with joy. Like, you know, I'll eat it. I'm not eating fucking like raw salmon, but like if it's like smoked or whatever, it's like, it's a bit of a shit dinner.
Smoked salmon and cream cheese, my favorite cheat meal.
Like, you know, some people love it. I see if someone was to give me that plan, it's like, I'm really not looking forward to that. And that's going to tempt you to just not like eat something else that maybe you shouldn't be eating. And this is the same for exercises. If you're doing an exercise that you fucking can't stand, you're not going to show up and do them. And that's really the bottom line. Like, you know, you're not going to show up and do them. And like, that's what I really want people to try and get to. Experiment. Spend like a few months. Like, I'm going to find the exercise that works for me, the one that I look forward to the most, the one that I really like, you know, whatever, X, Y, and Z. You can do that and just hit the muscle. That's all I'm saying. Hit the fucking muscle, you know? Right, let's keep going. So this is a load of alternatives. Oh, what happens if you don't like going to the gym, Garber? What can someone do if they don't like going to the gym? Like, you know, you've seen
fucking do it at home.
Exactly. Now, the biggest problem that I've got when it comes to doing it at home is I don't think a lot of people don't push themselves as hard whenever they're at home because you're home.
I love the vapid whore comment there, James.
You like that? Yeah. Well, you know what? It's true. It's true.
You vapid gym slut.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't really have that. I've got mostly old people whenever I go to the gym. Like, you know, I go like 9 o'clock. I've got like middle-aged dads.
Same. Like 8:30, 9:30. No one's fucking there. It's just you and the bros.
Yeah. Like it's literally just like. It's literally just the dad brigade whenever I go. Like, you know, everyone, like, that's, like, pretty much every car in the fucking car park has got some form of, like, child seat in the back. Like, that's just the time that I go. It's just the way it is. Like, you know, people, they leave the kids off, they go to the gym. Like, you know, but then again, it's perfect for your routine. You know, it just works. So, you don't like going, and I get that. I really wouldn't get too worked up about, I don't want people to see me doing these sort of things. You know what I mean? I get why people can be embarrassed about it, but frankly, no one's paying attention to you. Like, literally no one is. Unless you're doing, like, weird shit or, like, the fucking ones that you're on about garbage.
Unless you go to a gym and you're doing calisthenics like an asshole in the weightlifting section, no one's going to care.
To be fair, there's one guy that does calisthenics in my gym and he, like, fucking...
Same. He's, like, some weird-looking little Spanish dude. I'm like, why are you here? And he does, like, the weirdest, like, micro lifts. Like, he was holding a pair of 50-pound dumbbells and I'm watching. I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? And he started, like... Honestly, it looked like he was jorking it. I swear to God, he's like just moving back and forth real quick with his fucking arms. Like, picture you're in the starting position for a hammer curl, right?
Yeah.
But you move your arms an inch back and forth, and And I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
I'm building explosive power, okay, Garbro? You wouldn't get it, okay? Oh, Jesus.
Morons, dude, just everywhere.
Like, leave them to it. I wouldn't get too worked up about it. And, like, you know, most, like, honestly, like, you know, see if you're really, like, that nervous about it, I would honestly, like, if you go to Pure Gym, if you live in the UK, Pure Gym's, like, it's probably it's, like, the biggest, like, franchise gym in the UK. I would say it's the equivalent of, like, our version of, like, Planet Fitness, but it's really not, because Planet Fitness just seems absolutely ridiculous from an outsider looking in. Like, you know, it's not Planet Fitness, but it's on the same, like, accessibility factor. Does that make any sense? Like, you're gonna live beside, like, close enough to a Pure Gym, you know what I mean? Most towns have at least one, you know. You know, and you can get, like, free, they do, like, a ton of free lessons, and you can sign up for, like, a learn to lift class. So, like, you know, if you're really worried about that sort of thing, or, like, you know, if you don't have options for that sort of thing, you can hire a personal trainer and just be like, look, mate, I need some help with my form, I just want to, like, learn some of the basics. That will set you up big time. It really will. Like, genuinely, like, what would you do if you didn't actually know how to do anything? Like, you know, what would your position be?
I would go to group workout sessions.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Every gym has, like, a group workout thing you go to. Everyone has, or most gyms have what's called just, like, the novice friendly guy, or the guy on the counter who's like, hey, let me show you a few things.
Yeah.
Like, the gym I go to called LYFT Lift. They have these little pamphlets. Okay, you know, it's like, dude, do you want to do arms? Here's some arm workouts. And you go, hey, Mr. Gym Man, how do you do this? And he'll come around the desk and show you how to do them. It just depends on what kind of gym you're at. It's like, say you go to like the YMCA, you would just go to it to, like, a group day. If you're going to a personal gym, they usually give you a free consultation / free trainer, so that you don't fucking hurt yourselves and have to make a fucking insurance claim, you know.
Yeah, most gyms are more than happy to help you, like, not do fucking weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, they do not want to have any responsibility for you fucking yourself up. You know what I mean? But again, look, let's say for whatever reason, say you just really, it's like, no, man, I can't hack this. I don't have it in me. Whatever. Get yourself some dumbbells. You don't need much. Like, you know, you can go light as anything. Like, you know, you just need to do more reps and get yourself a bench. I would argue the bench is just as important as the weights, because if you can't get your body in the right position, it just ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I've tried to do, like, a dumbbell press on the floor, and you don't have the range of motion. You can't put your elbows behind your back. You know what I mean? If
you'll learn how to push it up, you know?
Yeah, but it'll help. It will help. Like, you know, but I would definitely, and you can get dumbbells super cheap. Like, you know, if you go on Facebook Marketplace.
Yes. Remember, boys, the world is full of quitters, and quitters got a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
So go to, like, yeah. Go to, like, any garage sale, go on Facebook, and you'll see an entire weight set barely used for, like, a fourth of the price.
Yeah, like, you'll have no issue in finding cheap dumbbells, like, genuinely, and you don't need to go fancy. Like, you know, I got, you know, them, like, Hex dumbbells. I went for, like, them ones because I had adjustable ones years ago, and I just hated the feel of them because they would slide about. The weight would just, like, move about so much. I just didn't like
slide and rattle.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? So I like.
They're convenient. But they have their drawbacks for sure.
Yeah. So, like, you know, I like the solid ones. You know what I mean? But that's just me. And again, there you go. That's the exact same workout. You can do this in your house. You'll have no issue. Just give it a go. You'll see. Now, that's us finished with the weights. Again, I'm going to post this down below, so I will, and hopefully, like, you know, someone will get something from it. Now we're going to move on to fat loss. You know, I've been starting, Gerbo. Did I tell you about my weighted cardio sessions?
I don't know that.
Oh, here, let me get it up. Let me show you. I did 90 minutes on the treadmill, so I did the other
90 minutes?
Yeah, 90 minutes. No, I do that on Wednesday. It's weighted cardio day, so 90 minutes. Set to 2 miles an hour, which is not fast. Like, you know, that means, like, let me see, how far did I walk?
A fat lose to a fat loss. So should be an S there, not an E, brother.
Okay. There we go. Open image in new tab. There you go. So 90 minutes near 3
mile incline.
And no, it's 15 incline, so, like, the max, and then 500 calories. However, that's only what the machine tells you. If you put it in to ChatGPT and add that in, we got we're looking at possibly 900.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, for 90 minutes, and like I was just sitting listening to like an audiobook. You know what I mean? Like it's really not that bad. Like genuinely, I can do low intensity all day. See, if someone asked me to sprint for like a minute, it's like, oh my god, please fucking kill me. I can walk 2 miles an hour on an incline with weights all day. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I'm just able to do that. Like I've got no issue with that. But like, see if you ask me to like sprint, it's like I'm just fucking gasping for air. You know what I mean? I'm just like, please make the pain go away. You know?
See, like it's like my dad. He's the civil affairs special forces captain. He says, don't run, don't sprint, don't jog. It's bad for your knees. Just go fucking walk. Yeah. You know, like go find a nice hard incline and go walk up that bitch. Call it a day. Like walking and biking are the best things to keep your knees from turning into mine or his. You know, like little like powder balls that crunch a lot. Yeah. And like if you go like a Stairmaster and a treadmill are do the exact same things. It's all about getting your heart rate up, not about going fast. It's just getting your heart rate up. Like think to yourself, how many times have you or me or your viewers gone to a convention? Right, you walk around the entire time on average
all day,
like
20,000
like
steps,
on average.
Maybe.
Yeah, on average, you walk at least 6 miles at a con and burn over 600 calories just walking around looking at shit.
And you're not even tired by the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, well, you might be mentally exhausted from like looking at everything, but when it comes to your actual
smelling
legs,
everything,
like honestly, low intensity. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there is one better way for cardio, and that will probably be some form of sport that you actually enjoy. You know what I mean? Whether that be like, you know, maybe basketball or, you know, football or some form of like even polo or like, you know what I mean, some water sport, swimming or like Muay Thai or, you know what I mean, some form of MMA. You know, if you can enjoy that, then you got no issue with cardio. You know what I mean? If you can actually do something that you look forward to doing, I think I would argue that some form of sport that you actually enjoy is the best form of cardio. But I haven't found that just yet for myself. But everyone that I know that is into like some form of sport fucking love the sport that they're into, and like, you know, it works for them. Have you ever been into any form of sport, Garbo? No.
Oh yeah, I play football and soccer a lot of the time. And then I wouldn't call the Army a sport, but they do a lot of running around.
Yeah.
But sport that I enjoyed was basically team sports. I'm not a big fan of like tennis. Like you do a lot of like you get your heart pumping fast and like tennis and pickleball and shit. I don't like it.
I did tennis as a child. I actually quite enjoyed it.
I think the last sport I actually enjoyed was Highland Games.
Oh, you know? yeah. I could see that. Well, that's more like strongman almost to a certain point.
Kind of, but
like it's OG CrossFit. That's what it is.
Honestly, it is. Honestly, like think about like weight over bar. You're actually squatting down and exploding upward with your body to throw that weight over the bar. And like sheaf tossing is a full rotational core and back exercise. You know, because you don't use your arms at all. You're doing caber toss. That's an entire fucking body workout. Let me fucking tell you. Holy shit. Then there is, you know, you're throwing stones. You're literally using your arms to throw a fucking rock. You know, like nearly all of the Highland Game exercises feel like a fucking actual natural motion. You're okay. Take that rock and throw it as far as you can. Okay. You know, like it's
good.
And I remember, because the entire time we're doing that, we're also practicing in the background lighter weight. So actually, you're working out the entire time. You're like trying to, and it's all about form too. You got to get your form down right. My favorite event, though, besides weight over bar, was throwing that fucking weight. Is a chain? Hold on. No, not hammer. Highland Games chain weight. Is a weight attached to a. Yeah, so it's a chain weight. It's basically a giant ball of iron attached to a chain and a handle, and you would spin around and throw it.
Very fancy shot put.
It kind of was like shot put, yeah. But like you get, I think it was 2 spins max, and you get to control your entire core when you do it. And you can only do it one-handed. So I'll go left, right for the events, and you like literally spin when you throw it. It's really fun.
Yeah. That's good. But again, the only problem with this is I'm going to assume that anyone who's watching this already has a hard enough time to kind of like, you know, get like RPG fucking games in, or war games in, you know what I mean? So if you want to start going to the gym, and then it's like pick up a sport as well on top of that, that's a tall fucking order. A lot of people just do not have the time for that. But I would argue that would be your best chance for like in cardio that you would really fucking enjoy. After that, honestly, get yourself a walking pad in the house, or if you work like a desk job, like, hope to God maybe you can get one of those like these desks, one of the like standing desks, ones you can go push up and down, and just get like a wee walking pad, and Jesus Christ, you'll be flying. And if you work a job where you're walking on your feet all day, you probably don't really need to worry too much. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to get the diet under control. But if
you're an office job or a desk job, like me and James, at least get up for an hour and walk around.
You will get fat. If like everyone that I know that's worked like a job where you're on your feet and then suddenly went to like a sitting job, they've all gotten fat within a year. Like everything. I don't know one person that's been able to like not put on at least like 20 pounds. Like, can you think of anyone that you know that's went from, because you're eating the exact same, but you used to be able to get away with that, whereas then once you go to a sitting job, you can't get away with that shit no more. You know what I mean?
No, you really can't.
And also because you're sitting down, you're always going to have like a cup of coffee sitting beside you, or like, something.
Or you're bored, or you're snacking. Yeah, it's literally like sabotage for the body.
It will creep up on you big time. Like I see so many people go on about how sitting down is so bad for you. I don't think sitting I don't think it's intrinsically bad. However, a lot of other bad things come with a sitting job, and that's where I think most people get really fucked up, if I be honest with you.
Sure.
Also, while we're here, I'll do around 30 steps. Buy yourself a cheap step counter watch. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. If you already work a job where you're on your feet, you probably don't need to do any extra cardio. That being said, a lot of people do just completely lap cardio. How many guys do you know that go to the gym that never do cardio? They just don't.
Plenty.
What?
Plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty don't do cardio.
I would say, or
just do my gains, like, bro.
It'll kill my gains. You'll be fine. Like, even if you're on like a Giga bulk, you'll be mad not to do cardio.
Like, don't go sprinting or running, but like at least go for a walk and get the fucking blood clots on your legs. Jesus.
Trust me, it's good for your. It's just good for everything. Like, I know it's a bit of a pain, and I know, like, cardio isn't something that a lot of people are exactly interested in. I'm not particularly interested in it either. That's why I've tried to do things that I find most agreeable to myself. And I think if you can find something that's most agreeable for you, like, like one of those like sitting down, like the seated bikes, like, the ones where you can actually like lean back on. Get on one of them and just dick about in your phone for like an hour or half an hour, and there you go. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to be going fast.
People are already fucking doom scrolling on their phones. At least doom scroll while you're walking around.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not, even if like I can't afford a treadmill, then put a pair of earbuds in and just watch your TikTokies while you're on the road, and hopefully traffic hits you. But but even then, like treadmills, like I can go right now, treadmill.
Walking pad, you can get them for $100
secondhand. There are 6,000 treadmills just around me, and one's like $70.
Yeah, there you go. Again, same as dumbbells, you will be able to see the amount of boomer women that buy these things. They're like, oh no, I should, and then they don't touch them for like 3 years, and they're like, yeah, let's just sell it. You know what I mean? And they've hardly seen any use. You will be able to take
$6,100, $8,100, $20, $40, $150, $150. 200, 120, and think about it. Oh, it's a lot of money. How much are you going to spend on a gym membership?
Trust me. And again, think how much is it worth to you that instead of having to go outside, you can not sit, but you can put it in your living room, just start walking and throw the TV on, and there you go. You know what I mean? Like trust me, that's worth its weight in gold. You know what I mean? If you're someone that cardio does not come naturally to, you're gonna have to try and make it as easy as possible. And if you can set it up in a way that just makes your life easy, do it. You know what I mean? Again, this is something that you're probably gonna have to do for weeks, months, possibly even years. There's never going to be a bad time to who unless you've got like some wild heart condition, there's pretty much there's no good reason to not do some form of cardio or at least stay active. You know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, you can do cardio while lifting. You just bring the weight down a little bit and you just work out until your heart rate goes up.
Yeah. Okay, well, you'll be fine. You will be fine. So let's just keep going. As I say, honestly, I'm definitely going to pick myself up a weighted vest big time, because it just burns
Yeah,
so
they're
many
good,
extra
dude.
calories. No, honestly, it just does. It burns. Like, see the ankle weights, it burns so many extra calories, and I need to take more pictures. I'm going to take more pictures of my legs for next Wednesday because you need to see some of this shit. I got muscles popping I never even fucking saw before from hamstrings. It's fucking it's disgusting, and I love it genuinely. It really does work your whole body. Right, diet. We kind of touched on that a wee bit earlier. Eat the foods that you enjoy eating, but of course, like, you know, you have to be in moderation. Like, you know, again, you are going to have to eat some foods that you're maybe not the biggest fan of. It's not that I'm pretty easy when it comes to food, though. Like, I'll eat most foods. It's just like, you know.
What's your one food hot take?
Okay. One that people will definitely shout at me the most. I don't think seed oils are actually all that bad. Now, wait before you start screaming at me. I think it's in moderation, but because they're added to literally fucking everything, there's no way to have them in moderation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I really don't think that they're that bad, but I think almost anything taken to an extreme is probably not going to be good for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that would be my view. So like, James doesn't think soy's the devil. It's like, well, it's not actually the devil, but if you're fucking like, if you're guzzling a bottle a day, it's like, no, that's probably not good for you, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're drinking something that, or you're tanking anything into you, and again, another thing, I don't think there's anything like, some people can have cheat meals and be okay, and other people cannot have cheat meals. Some people need to go without it because cheat meals tempt so many people, and also so many people take cheat meals to the fucking extreme. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna have.
You know, that's funny.
So I'm going to have myself an 8,000 calorie meal because I earned it this week. Is like, you've literally fucked out all your progress this entire week. What the fuck have you done? You know what I mean?
Like me, like I'm saving up 2 cheat meals for a date because I'm going to fucking destroy a restaurant. I'm like, if I don't eat these 2 cheat meals, the date I go on here in about 2 weeks, I can just completely destroy a steakhouse.
Yeah, boy. But it's worth it though, honestly, and it is good having something to look forward to. Like, you know, I don't think cheat meals are the devil. Some people can handle it and other people can't. You need to work out yourself if you're someone that can handle that or not. And again, not every day is going to be perfect again. Like, you know, as you say, you got yourself a bit of a date lined up. Like, it was Ozzy's birthday the other day, and like, you know, should I be eating a bit of cake? No. But am I going to be like, nah.
Am I eating some cake? Yeah, we some cake.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Well, even that, you just do it in moderation.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. And this is something that, like, you know, look, why did I get fat? I got fat because I wasn't moving enough and my portion sizes were out of control. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's really what it came. Like, my portion sizes were way out of control. Like, you know, there's no way you can get, like, and again, like, you know, in the big scheme of things, I never went over 300 pounds, but for my height, that is not good. You know what I mean? I'm 5'6", and being like 290, I think was my fattest, like 294. You know, it's not a good look. It looks way worse than what it actually is, but you don't get to that weight without excessive overeating. And again, that's something that I have to, like, you know, again, that's something I've been spending the last like year trying to do, like trying to retrain your brain into being like, I don't actually need this much food. You know what I mean? I can actually get by just fine with half of what I'm eating, you know? And again, that doesn't mean you can't live. You know what I mean? Like, I've had plenty of times where, say, we've been out, Ozzy needs lunch, we pull in, like, you know, we get a McDonald's or whatever. Like, you know, I'm not going to be like, no, I can't have anything. You can still get yourself like a wee lap or something. Do you know what I mean? It's different if it's all the time. Like, you know, sometimes you're not going to have perfect days. You know what I mean? No one's going to have perfect days all the fucking time. But if you have like a moderate week, it'll work in time. And I think that's why most people give up so easily as well. Like, you know, and I think that's one of the big problems I've got with cheat meals as well. People see what they're missing and they're like, oh, fuck this, man. I just want to I'm so sick of being hungry all the time. I'm fucking miserable doing this, you know, and people get burnt out very easily as well. Like, you know, and I think, like, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea for a lot of people if they were just starting out. Maybe don't even bother counting calories. Counting calories is important. You should be counting your calories. However, if you're just starting out, just eat a bit less food. You know what I mean? Just eat less than what you normally would. See how you feel.
Be a fucking fatty.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's in my heart. I just want the fucking. I just want a big plate of chicken, man. Move to smaller plates. There's lots of stuff.
I just want a big plate of chicken, dude. I'm not even a joke. Like, there's one day I was like, I could eat an entire rotisserie chicken right now, down to the bones. But like, don't do it though. Don't you do it.
You know what? There was memes before. I saw memes about rotisserie chickens, and like, I'm not even joking. Well, they don't do them anymore in Tesco's, but they used to do them. I've eaten two.
Really? They don't do Tesco's anymore?
Yeah, they don't do them anymore in Tesco's. I'm legion.
Wow, why?
I don't know. It must have been they weren't popular enough or whatever. I must have been the only person eating them. But mate, I've eaten two of them before in one go. I was like, mate, because I saw jokes about eating a whole rotisserie chicken. I was like, it's not that much, man. When you're on about, he's like, yeah, geez, that's not good. You know what I mean? Whenever the meme food is like, I could do that. You know, what I mean? That's actually all right. It's like, yeah, you've taken it too far. Look, I think it comes down to volume, really. Like, I think you can eat anything. As it just comes down to your volume, and if you really want a donut, if you really want something really nice, you're gonna have to factor it in and work around it. And like, you know, say you do want a tasty treat,
just have one, have
one, or cut it down, or even half it, or you're gonna have to have a smaller dinner. It's gonna have to come out of somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and there's lots of ways you can go about this. Again, this is one of the things that works for me. The one meal a day just works for me. The reason why it works for me, I only have to count my calories once that day.
Yeah, you can count it perfectly.
I can do it perfectly once a day. I'm really happy with it. And also, if I'm going to be eating like 1,500 to 2,000 calorie meal a day, I'm going to be fucking stuffed after. I'm going to feel full, and I'm probably going to feel full the rest of the day. I'm only going to really be hungry in the morning. Like, you know, and I don't really get hungry in the morning. I normally get hungry about like 2, 3, 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? But if I'm hungry and got something to eat at 5, it's like I can hold off a wee bit. It's not the end of the world. You know, so if you have one huge meal, like, and if it's 2,000 calories, you will lose weight. You will. Like, it's bullshit. And if you're really that hungry, go for like a protein bar or something. Like, you know, at least go for something, or like jerky or a pepperami or something that at least is going to help bump up your protein goal. You know what I mean? That's all I would say. A lot of people can't do that, though. A lot of people can't do that. And I feel like a lot of
they struggle.
And a lot of diet plans are focused so heavily on like volume foods. When I'm like, man, I don't enjoy a lot of these foods. Like, see if you tell me, it's like, James, you're gonna have to go off white rice and go for like wholemeal, like brown rice. It's like, man, I don't fucking enjoy this shit. Like, I think you should make every meal as nice as you possibly can, and have it so you look forward to that meal, and have that meal so you feel full afterwards. That's all it comes down to. But you're gonna have to eat less. You know what I mean? But again, like,
I would literally rather sit on raw rebar through my anus and eat fucking brown rice.
I fucking hate brown rice, man. But everyone goes, oh no, you have to eat brown rice.
No, fuck you. No, white rice is fine.
And like, you know what, we're at it. You know what's actually perfectly fine? You know, things that I'll go through a list of things that I see as neutral to health. Like, things that I think a lot of people call the devil, that I think are completely neutral. Like, they're not good or bad in my view. Oven chips. Oh, you can't eat chips on a diet. I think you can eat oven chips just fine. They're actually really not that bad. If you eat a bucket of them, yeah, that's not very good. But I think you can get away with, like, you know, a good handful, like, you know, McCain's, they're pretty good. Like, you know, there's a load of, like, you know, chips that you can get that are pretty low overall. And if you put them in the air fryer, you put them in the oven, they're really not that bad. Another good one, again, a lot of people consider them the devil. Like, and again, they're not completely like 0 calorie, because, like, you know, like 0 calorie Monster still has calories in it.
Oh yeah.
But it's really not enough to, like, it's insignificant in the big picture of things. I would argue that, like, Coke Zero is pretty, like, health neutral. Now, don't get me wrong, like, you know, so Megan's done quite a bit. She started doing what I've been doing, and she's dropped an awful lot. And what helps her quite a bit for the one meal a day is actually drinking Coke Zero, because she thinks it makes her, like, it fills her stomach more. You know what I mean? Like the bubbles.
Well, it's all the carbon dioxide. Yeah.
And, like, you know, if that helps you not eat, then I would argue that's actually a good thing. You know, but again, so many people are like, no, you can't have that. It's like Coke Zero or Diet Coke or whatever, I think is a million times better than actual Coke. And I think, again, that's something that gets people really fat, is drinking calories. And I can't say anything, because I drink calories. I love my Red Bull. I love my coffee. And I'm just not giving that shit up. I need caffeine, man. And I'm not willing to go, oh, we'll just have some Blue Plus. It's like, man, I'm not doing it in fucking tablet form. That's just, nah. I'm not doing it. What's worked for you, Garby, when it comes to diet? Like, you know, what have you been feeling, and what's helped you?
So my first hot take is A, eat your fucking sweet potatoes. B, eat your beets. Yeah. People don't realize the absolute fucking raw power there are in sweet potatoes and beets.
Sweet potatoes are hard to beat. Like, they're really nice.
Yeah. Like, people still don't eat enough radishes or turnips, in my opinion. But, like, if you want to have really, really good root vegetables that aren't fucking potatoes. Like folks already eat onions, right? But sweet potatoes, turnips, radishes, beets, fennel bulb, all these things are extremely nutrient packed. Like just like beets alone, like I'm actually kind of trying to work on more beets into my my diet, but they have a shitload of fiber, folate, and manganese. You know what I mean? Like that's shit you need.
Fiber, I will admit. So I've got nothing against carbs and fiber, like at all. It's just because I'm on such low calories, they're the easiest things to cut out. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to do it, like I'm going to have to cut this more. I would rather cut that over like protein, for instance. You know what I mean? But if you don't got the fiber in your diet, trust me, you're gonna fucking know about that very quickly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're gonna fucking know.
Okay, like shit. I wonder why. You're eating McDonald's.
I would argue McDonald's makes you shit more, does it not? It makes me shit.
It makes you turn into liquid, yeah.
Like it comes out of me, all right. You know what I mean? I got no problem with that when it comes to it. But yeah, no, you. But
yeah, like people realize that whole a cup of like steamed beetroot is like fucking 50 calories a cup. That's so much food, and it's low sugar. It's pretty low carb for a cup of food. It's got like 3 grams of fiber per cup. You can steam it. It can be sweet. It can be savory. You can do borscht. You can do salads. You can eat it with goat cheese. But like say you're low on iron. Eat your beets. Eat your turnips and eat your sweet potatoes. Like folks just aren't eating the right fucking food. Yeah. Like they're eating what potatoes are like potatoes have pretty good stuff for you. Like potatoes have
potatoes arguably are probably better than white rice when it comes to like macros. Arguably,
if you fill them full of butter, probably not. But a potato has like vitamins. It has fiber. It has vitamin C. It has one of the B ones. I think it's B6. But potatoes are but comparing a potato to a sweet potato is going to blow it out of the fucking water.
Yeah, well, big time.
Just don't cover the fucking thing in marshmallows and brown sugar. It's actually a pretty good little food. I'm talking so for instance, like a single cup of sweet potato, actually trying to Google it real quick, is 6.6 grams of fiber, right? 213% your daily value of vitamin A, all right? 44 vitamin C, 43 manganese, 36 copper, 35 the fucking pantothenic acid, 20% your potassium in a single cup of sweet potato, and it's only 180 calories.
That's pretty fucking hard to beat. Yeah,
it is, and people aren't fucking eating the goddamn things. I don't know why.
By the way, I completely forgot sauces. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love sauce. Like I'm sauce king. But so many of them really fuck they can really fuck you up, so they can.
Tons of fat, tons of sugar.
Yeah.
Tons of salt.
So again, there is some decent low calorie alternatives out there, but they're hard to come across, if I'll be honest with you. And for instance, I love my mayonnaise. Mayonnaise will fuck you up.
Shit, dude.
Mayonnaise,
apply sparingly.
Yeah, if you love your mayonnaise, you're going to apply after. I'm not saying you have to cut it completely, but you're going to have to use half, if not maybe even a quarter of what you've been eating before. And I fucking love that stuff, but that will ruin your day. See if you go through and actually work out the calories in all of your sauces. It's not fucking nice, man. It'll really will fucking ruin your day. It will actually make you depressed. It's bad. They're probably one of the biggest ones that creep up on people that people don't realize. See barbecue sauce, man. Oh, and I fucking love barbecue sauce.
Tons of sugar in there.
Yeah.
And it's all brown sugar.
Yeah.
The Carolina ones have a lot of mustard, sure, but still a lot of sugar in those fucking things. You gotta be careful with sauces.
You do. I think that's one of the big ones that can sneak up on a lot of people. And also, so many people would drown their food in sauces because if you eat more blander, very calorie-less foods, you know what I mean? Something that's trying to fill you up more, you're going to be very, very tempted to smother on that sauce. And that's
trying to break up the monotony of it.
Yeah, and that's what you go more for seasoning. Trust me, just read the seasoning aisle. instead of the sauce aisle. Like, but again, experiment, see what's nice, see what you like the taste of. But they will fuck you up. Like, genuinely, sauces will fuck you up. I would say most people, if you just got off like fizzy drinks and went for like some from like diet, like 0 sugar fizzy drink, if you moved to that and like moved to your sauces, I think a lot of people would start losing weight overnight. Like, a lot of people would lose a lot of weight overnight just from doing them two swaps.
Dropping soda and dropping like your sugar coffees. Like me, if I want a coffee, I go and I get a small Starbucks iced coffee if I want coffee. And maybe if I'm feeling a bit jittery, I'll put in that, have them put in the vanilla sweet cream stuff. But like most coffees, like let's do like an average medium Starbucks latte. They are going to run you on average anywhere from 190 to 300 calories. Boom, for a coffee. And you're going to drink that without even thinking about it.
Let me see. My one is a Tim Hortons French vanilla latte. Let me see the sizes. Not actually too bad. So a small is only 260 calories, which is more than a Coke, by the way. So it's still not good. Like, 260 calories is a lot.
See.
Medium.
What's one people always get?
329, and a large is 384. And 384 calories, you can eat a pretty decent small meal Saturday.
Yeah, you can. So most folks will get the caramel macchiato, the standby of all Starbucks, is a grande. Because you ain't getting a short. You're not getting a tall. You're getting a grande. It's only a few cents more. It's 250 calories. That's 33 grams of sugar. Yeah. That's one drink. And you know what? You might be having a rough day. You might get 2 of those motherfuckers. That's like
you fucking will.
That might be 500 calories and 66 grams of sugar. You get a venti, like, oh man, that's just been a long day. Mama needs her a venti caramel macchiato. That's 310 calories. And again, 42 grams of sugar.
I do feel like sometimes there is a time and place. Like, you know what? I don't feel like there's any problem with like a tasty treat or like rewarding yourself because you've done really well for like the last week or the last 2 weeks or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But as long as you're like, don't go overboard with it. You know what I mean? You should be okay. You know what I mean? Just don't go overboard. Be
mindful.
Just be mindful. And again, I can be quite bad for that. Sometimes I'm not like factoring in. I forget to put my Red Bull into my total calories for the day. I'm like, oh, I'm not done too bad. I've only had like 1,300 calories today, and then I factor in all my Red Bull, and it bumps me up by like fucking 500 calories, and I'm like, it's not fair. It's just not fair. But again, like, the only person you guarantee is yourself, for the matter. You know what I mean? And sometimes you do need it. Sometimes you do. But you just need to factor in, like, the lower you go, the more extreme you go, the faster it's going to come off you. If you like, that's kind of the method that I've went for. I've went for the most extreme possible way of doing it. Like, I've went the most extreme crash diet possible. But I just wanted to see results. And some people are like that. Like, I need to see results pretty quickly. Like, otherwise I feel like, oh, this is fucking pointless. Just fuck this. I can be arsed with this. This is too much. And some people are okay with doing a very, very slow grind. Like, if I went for the like 2 pound a week sort of thing, like, that most people go for, it still would have took me, like, it would have taken me like maybe 2 years to get like fully down to where I need to be, which is just too long for me, man. Like, I don't know if I can keep up like something for 2 years solid. I needed something that I need to see fast results like really quickly. Like, I had to jump in the deep end to get it going. You know what I mean? Like, and like, I thought for me personally, like, a big part was I need to get down to the part where my crews don't fit me, because I have to throw away my crews because it's a sink or swim exercise. So once I give away my crews or throw them away, it means it's done. I can't go back up to that weight ever again. Does that make any sense? I have to make sure I have to put in like a emergency stop of, no, we're not doing that. And I think there's a lot of mental things you have to like, mental aspects you have to like jump over, when it comes to like weight loss and that sort of thing. Like, it's just not easy. Like, it's not easy. And if anyone tells you that weight loss is easy when it comes to dieting, they're full of shit, because dieting is fucking hard. It's really not fun. It's just not. Like, it's not fun. What would you say, Garbro? Anything worth adding before we move on?
I mean, just the biggest thing is being mindful, because you're going from, remember why you got fat and why you're here.
Yeah.
Like what were you doing that got you to this location when you have a Dunlap over your belly and you're losing like 6 dick inches?
Yeah.
You know, like
here, Bible at it. Yeah, what you got? Your cock will grow by losing weight. Just putting that out there, guys. You know what I mean? Just putting that out there.
Shrink.
You know actually how they do like cock extending surgeries. I'm not even joking. They just cut away that like Fitbit shit. So they do like they just hack away at your pubes, and like literally like that's how they add like a couple inches. I'm telling you, if you're like if you're quite overweight and you lose that, trust me, you're gonna fucking your cock will. If that's one fucking good reason to like get out there, fucking me. You tell me I can grow a couple inches, like yes. Oh, fuck, that'd be pretty sweet, man. Not gonna lie, you fucking get on it. Also, one thing that I completely forgot, and this is one of the coolest things about getting muscle. It acts as like a calorie sink almost. The more muscle you have, the more calories you can eat. The hungry your body is to fucking maintain. Yeah. So like you can possibly get to a point where you can get away with eating like 3,000 calories a day, maintaining exactly where you are. That's pretty fucking sweet if you ask me. So like that if you're fat, if you've got the fat bastard in you, like myself, it's like I find it hard not to be tempted by food. You know what I mean? Like I really do. Like it's not so bad if it's not nice. If it's not in the house, I'm not tempted by it. But like I do have a hard time like going by like a Tim Hortons and be like, coffee, that would be nice. Or like even like you go past.
Coffee does sound kind of nice.
Like a wee donut that would go down really nicely. Oh fuck, I could do like a wee tasty treat. A wee tasty treat that would go down really nice. So it would right now. The temptation's fucking hard. You know what I mean? It is fucking hard. You know what I mean? And that's the worst thing about it all. But like if it's not ordered in, if you don't have it in the house, it does make it a lot easier. Like the worst thing is if you've got a lot of food in the house that that you clearly shouldn't be eating, the temptation is going to be there, and you will eventually like. I find it especially at the start where I would just like find myself like wandering about. Like I'd go out the back for the smoke. I'd wander into my kitchen. I would just like look at the fridge. You know what I mean? I would literally just like wander about and like see what there is, and I'd be like, oh no, I'm not going to eat anything. But I do this like multiple times a day. I would literally just like hoke and see what like tasty treats there are, and like I would never actually eat anything, but it was kind of like I don't know, maybe it felt like sleepwalking almost. Do you know what I mean? I can't explain it. Like, have you ever done that, Garbo? Have you ever found yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Actually,
like just wander. Like it's you're not even like conscious of it. It feels
just
like
want a donut.
It's hard. It is hard. Like, but here, like these are a few things that have worked for me. Run everything through ChatGPT. Honestly, see if it doesn't have to be ChatGPT. There's a load of like other like calorie counting apps that you can get, but ChatGPT's free. You know what I mean? For the most part, so like just take a picture of your food or just explain exactly what it is. Like oh, I'm having this cooked in this way. Give me a ballpark idea of how many calories I'm having, and there you go. That's a good enough guesstimation. Do you know what I mean? Of what you're actually eating. It's just one thing that makes your life easier because counting calories is hard, and I feel like a lot of people have no idea how many calories are in fucking anything. Because the amount of people I've came across, see, especially boomer women that say, I've tried eating a calorie deficit and I haven't lost weight. Bitch, you don't know how much you're eating. You know what I mean? Like you really do.
She's like I've tried to like cut down, like covered in Starbucks coffee cups.
Yeah, like trust me, you need to cut down more than you haven't cut down enough. That's my view on the matter. And also, let's be serious, losing weight is very slow process. And if you're only losing like £1, £2 a week, it's hard to see that in the scales, and your weight will fluctuate day to day. You know what I mean? Some days you're going to be up, some days you're going to be down, and that could be fucking soul destroying. Especially if you've had like a really hard week, you've been going really hard at it, and you think you're going to like go down. When if you wake up and you're going to the scale and you're up 2 pounds, I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck am I even doing this? But the skills do lie. The skills guy. And like, that's something to always think about. 1 meal a day. Not for everyone. Garbo, have you ever tried 1 meal a day? Like, it works for me personally, but I know a lot of people that fucking hate it.
I do all the damn time. It's just because more or less, think about it. If you do 1 meal a day, you're fasting for 24 hours all the time.
It works. Like, I think it works. For me, I would say it's something worth trying out. I know a lot of people that just cannot do it, and they're like, a lot of people, I don't really get hungry that much. I'm not particularly hungry in the morning, so I don't really feel a need for breakfast. Like, I can give or take a breakfast. It's not something that would really bother me. Like,
I have tea.
And again,
That's about it.
I can like, work pretty well. Like, I can, if I really want to, I can have my full, like, my meal of the day at like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock lunchtime. And I'm pretty happy with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people have a really hard time going and spending the entire day in work and coming home at 5 or whatever. And like, having to be starving the entire day. Like, some people really struggle with that. So it just depends on what your life is like. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking desk jockey, man. Like, I work from home. So it works really well for me, but there's going to be a lot of people out there that's not going to work for it. And again, it's up to you to work that out. Small plate. Have you tried it, Gerber, using a small plate?
Oh, no, I just piled it up.
No, it's
I was like, I'm hungry and this plate's not going to hold me back.
I know. Well, that's kind of what I like about using a small plate, because if you use a small plate and you stack that bitch up, it makes you feel like you're eating like a fucking feast. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's like the fat bastard in me. It really, like, it helps trick my brain into thinking, oh, I'm actually getting like a good I'm getting a lot here. You know what I mean? I'm getting something very, very nice. I don't know. It's something that works for me. Make sure whatever meal you're eating, you actually enjoy it. You're going to be tempted by a lot of fucking things. And if you're eating food every day that doesn't excite you, food that the reason why you're fucking fat to begin with is because you enjoy food. You know what I mean? Like, there's no,
yeah.
like, that's the reason why you fucking got fat in the first place. Like, there's no point in denying yourself. Like, I don't actually really enjoy food that much. Then why you're fat then to begin with? You know what I mean? I'm convinced most people that I come across that are dead skinny don't enjoy food. I've met a few guys like that like, they say that they don't, like, I know a few guys that just view food as like energy fuel and that's it. Like, what the fuck do you mean you don't enjoy your dinner? You know what I mean? To me, I look forward to my dinner. My dinner is like a highlight of the day. I don't know. I just fucking enjoy it. It makes my unga bunga brain happy. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, like, I think that's something like, if you're getting tempted by like KFC all the time or like whatever, make sure the food that you're eating is actually enjoyable. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Like, if you're eating food that just like, oh, fuck this again. Do I really have to eat this today? Like, is that really like, whenever your mom says, oh, we got McDonald's at home, and the McDonald's at home just ain't fucking cash money. Like,
it's just old McDonald's.
Yeah, like, you don't want that. You know what I mean? You want your food to actually be nice and enjoyable, and you want to be looking forward to it. That's what works. Like, that's the only way you're going to, like, for me anyway, that's the only way I've been able to keep at it. Like, if I was having shit dinners every day, like, say if I was eating, like, what are the shittest food known to man? Do you have them in America? Smiley faces?
Like the potato smiles?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have those.
Yeah, they're fucking horrible, man. Even as a child, I just knew, like, see if my mom put them out for me, like, that was just a shitty dinner. You know what I mean?
Hey, Mom, you hate me or something? Huh?
Yeah.
You don't care about me?
And you know what gets me is, like, Megan got them for Ozzy one day, and he fucking loves them. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you love them? Like, they're horrible. Like, I even as a child, I fucking hated these things.
You are not my son.
But like, if that's what you're looking forward to, it's like, man, is there not anything nicer? You know what I mean? Like,
anything nicer?
Yeah. Like, can I not have, like, you know what? Like, see if you're going to do this. Like, if you want to, because you're going to be eating so much grass, you could go, like, there's nothing wrong with eating steak every day of the week. Like, that's what I did at the start. I was eating steak and eggs and duck and shit. And, like, and I had no issue with paying the money for it, because I was like, if I want to do this, I want to be able to fucking keep to it. I want to make sure that I keep to it. And that means I'm going to fucking enjoy myself, and I'm going to eat, like, nice cuts of steak every day. And that's what worked for me personally. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because I actually got to look forward to me. Oh yes, a bit of fucking steak, a few fried eggs, bit of fried onion with that.
Some fucking meat.
Yeah, boy. Right after that, tracking your progress. Now again, we've talked about this. The scales are gone fuckers. You will go up in weight. You'll go down in weight if you only listen to your scales. And there's
nothing worse than like what happened to me like last week. I said, what, I'm gonna weigh myself because my pants been fitting better. Right? I was like, oh, my shirts fit better. I gained 7 pounds. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah. It's sad. But like, I started creatine, so I did there like 2 weeks ago, and I'm actually pretty happy because I've been putting it off because I think mentally I couldn't handle the idea of the scale going up that much. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've been working that hard to lose weight, and then it's like I really don't want to see the scales move up. I know it's just water weight.
Trick. Abracadabra.
Yeah. Like, if you start that, you can go up like 8 pounds, and it's like, fuck, I've worked hard to fucking get this off me. But I'm very happy that I've pretty much just stayed the same weight, more or less. Like I've been bouncing up and down. However, my belt has got looser, so I'm very happy about that. So like my belt is getting loose, which is always a good sign. And I've stayed about the same weight. I've been bouncing between 159 pounds to 162 pounds for the past like 3 weeks now. But I know that I'm actually losing fat though, even though the scales aren't moving. I know that I have actually lost. So like, I'm okay with that. I'm pretty happy. So what do you do instead? Take progress pictures. Just take progress pictures, guys. Trust me. I'll go ahead and I will show you guys my progress pictures. Zoom in. I didn't see myself losing weight. Like, see between like that photo to that photo, see like the top ones. I couldn't have told you I lost anything. You know what I mean? You can see in the photos that I've definitely lost weight in these ones, but I couldn't tell you myself. I felt the exact same. You know what I mean? And like, these are a few months. Like, they're at least like, that's September and that's just before Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a base of about 3, maybe 4 months between them. And like, I was, clothes were getting very loose on me and stuff like that, but like I didn't feel like I looked any different. And it's
like your blood felt like, this is gonna sound dumb to some, but like your blood felt better, your heart felt better, you felt like you weren't as tired probably, or like lethargic.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was still pretty tired because I was hardly eating. You know what I mean? And also I can't.
Well, you're cutting, so.
And also I can't tell you whether or not I feel tired because I do have like a fucking 4-month-old. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you feel so much better? It's like, I'm a 4-month-old. What the fuck do you think? I'm never I'm fucking tired, guys. Okay, I'm really fucking tired all the time. It's like, yeah, I may have lost near 100 pounds, but I don't feel that much better, man. But again, like, how much worse would I feel like if I was at that weight? You don't know. You know what I mean? But again, these progress pictures are important because again, you need to have them side by side so you can actually compare and see yourself. You know what I mean? If I didn't take these, one thing I'm raging about is I fucked out my jeans. I don't have any of my old size jeans. Do
them out.
Yeah, I got rid of them, so I did. So like I would have really liked a progress picture of my old jeans.
Like, what you do? Wear a pant leg? Like,
well, I could, like, just go out and buy like a really cheap pair, like, of like from Primark or whatever, like, of what I used to wear. I think I was a size, I think it was like a 38 waist or something. You know what I mean? I think that's where I was, and now at the minute I'm 28 or something, or 30. I can't remember. You know what I mean? So like, I'm down near enough a fucking fit, which is quite nice. But again, that's something that like, progress pictures are important. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, they look horrible. And like, yeah, it's a bit embarrassing taking them the first time around. But like, you get used to it after a while. You know what I mean? Even if like, say you take pictures at the start of every month. You know what I wish I'd done? I wish I'd done it after every stone I lost. So I could measure the difference between like, so say if you want to do this.
The visual difference of like
one stone, or like say you want to take progress pictures every 10 pounds you lost, that would probably be a nice way to do it. I wish I'd done something like that, if I'd be honest with you, but I just kind of did it periodically. It's like, I haven't taken pictures in a while and I'm down a fair bit, why not do that? So yeah, that is definitely something that you should do. Also measurements, like, see if you lose like an inch anywhere, like, if you lost an inch off your cock, you'd fucking notice, man. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So if you lose an inch off your stomach, that's fucking winning. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking good going. And
if you look to actually see your balls, hey, you're winning.
Like all I'm saying is, like, if you lose an inch anywhere, you're gonna fucking notice it. So like, definitely take your measurements. Do you do like, what do you do?
My toes.
What do you do, Garbo? Do you just do the scales or what? Or
I do scales. I don't do measurements. I go by how my clothes fit in the scale.
Clothes fitting is a pretty good way, like, to do it. Like, it's hard to beat. Like, that, or like, you know what? I'll need to take a picture of my old jacket. I had an old Jack Jones jacket, and Megan was throwing out a load of her old clothes there. So she did her first career out of clothes. She's down like, I think she's down like near 30 pounds now. So she's got no clothes that fit her at the minute. And we found one of my jackets and I put it on, and literally it's fucking ridiculously oversized. You know what I mean?
I saw Megan on Fit. She lost weight too, didn't she?
Yeah. She's down about 30 pounds. So she has since the start. She started maybe about 2 months ago, maybe. You know what I mean? About 2 months, 2.5 months. You know what I mean? I think because originally she was going to wait until September. So she was like, after, like, because again, I just had a baby and whatnot. She's like, nah, you know what? I'll wait till hormones settle, do all that sort of thing. I'll give it like 6 months, whatever, then I'll start it. And then I think like after 2 months, she was like, fuck this, I'm just going to start, but again, I think you have to be mentally ready to start like a diet, or like seriously, like if you want to lose any like serious amount of weight, you need to mentally be ready for it. You need to actually want it as well. Like, see if you just start this like half-assed or whatever, and you're like, that'll be nice or whatever. Like, you need to really fucking want it. That's my view on the matter.
Like,
it's hard.
Like knowing where you are now, when I went and found one of your old pictures, you were huge, dude.
Let me see if I can find a good. I'll see if I can find like a good compare. Actually, I do have one good comparison picture, so I do. Let me send. Oh, here we go. That's the photo. There you go. I don't know, good looking, man. That's not good look.
Complete 180.
What? Yeah.
From where you were to where you are, it's like complete 180.
Yeah, so like, no, that's not bad going. But again, it's one of those ones you kind of just have to fucking really want to do it. You know what I mean? And I was kind of I had it in my head, like, I was like, right, see, when Ozzy starts school, it means like, I just leave him off, I go to the gym, and that gives me a solid block of time where it's like, at least like a couple of days a week, I can just do this. You know what I mean? And once if you've got like a schedule that it fits really nicely in, just fucking do it. You know what I mean? And the thing is, see, even days where you're not really feeling it, if you just like show up and like do something, it'll be all right. You know what I mean? What's up?
Guess he just fucking died.
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
What? Is Hulk Hogan dead?
Hulk Hogan's just look it up.
What?
He's just fucking dead.
Oh, Megan's
Who's dead?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, thank God.
What do you mean you thank God he's dead, Garbro?
Bro, he like that dude need to go to pasture.
No.
Told you?
No.
Hulk Hogan dead at 71.
Oh.
Let me tell you something, brother. My heart not feeling too good.
Very was a big man. Like, what was he not like 6'7" or something?
Mate, his name's Terry.
Well,
Yeah,
he's had a
Terry
really weak heart. Like the dude was pumping juice, and like I think he just wore his fucking heart out.
Yeah, while we're out of here, what do you think of this one? This one made me laugh, Garbro. Everyone check on their white homies right now. This is like when niggas lost Tupac, I think. I fucking love. What?
We lost Ozzy.
Ozzy. Why? Who's your like biggest celebrity death then?
Our Ozzy kept going, am I dead?
No. No, mate, it's fine. You'll be all right. It's like, no, you do the one on Mommy's t-shirt. The t-shirt. Mommy's got that t-shirt that says Ozzy on it. It's like, yeah, it's like that man's dead.
I think the only guy I'm going to mourn is fucking John Cleese, but I think he died actually.
John Cleese ain't dead.
He's okay, but still, like John Cleese, when he goes, I'm like, oh man.
John Cleese, no, he's still alive. Why are you saying this shit to me?
Well, I'm saying, like, because he's 85, so it's going to happen eventually. Soon. I'm like, man, not John Cleese.
Dick still going?
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke. He sold his soul, so he did.
Dude, Dick Van Dyke is living off the blood of fucking toddlers. I don't know what he's doing.
He's doing something. And the worst, I guess, he can still move. Like, he's actually, like, see, for someone who's 100, he's in fucking...
Dude is 99 years old. What the fuck?
Oh, he's in 99?
He turns 100 December.
Oh, in December he turns 100. I thought he was 100. Either way, like, he can move about pretty fucking well. Like, he doesn't have to have a Zimmer frame, which is fucking impressive, consider the amount of people in their 60s that need Zimmer frames.
The way I ran up those stairs to tell you Hulk Hogan is dead, like,
what homeboy's doing, but he's like, he's mastered it. Tell you that much.
Yeah, done something. Anyway, look, let's bang this out because we don't have much left to go. So, this is something that we've kind of been talking about earlier, and I'm going to zoom in just to lead out. So, the biggest goal of them all. Let's say you had a great week. You drop 3 pounds from Monday to Friday. Then the weekend hits, and you end up steaming in Wetherspoons, and you get a kebab on the way home. You know what I mean? It's not game over. Not even close. This isn't about having one good day or even a perfect week. It's about the months, realistically years, or for me, the rest of my life. My mum has gone multiple times from like £130 to over £300, and I know I'm going to be the same. You know what I mean? I'm like, and again, this is the same. Like, everyone knows about muscle memory. Fat memory is the exact same thing. If you've ever been like really, really fat before, the chances of you going back up to that is pretty fucking high. You know what I mean? It's a permanent change you have to make if you want to keep it off you. Pretty much whenever you first get fat, you're creating new cells in the body. Same as building muscle, you're creating new muscle cells. Whenever you lose that muscle, you lose that fat, the cells just deplete, but they still exist within the body. Sadly, the only genuine way to get rid of fat cells is liposuction. I'm not even taking the piss. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that get liposuction. Yeah, like, you need to actually physically remove the cells, otherwise they will just stay there. You know what I mean? There's tons of people that do that. Like, they'll lose the weight and then they'll get liposuction, which is kind of like in reverse almost, because you may as well just fucking do it anyway. But apparently it's a lot less invasive and stuff, but it would help you, because you always hear all the time about people, oh, they've lost all this weight and then they put it back on. It's just the way it is. What? What? Oh no! I'm wondering. Wait, fucking the Undertaker's going to Dyson as well. He's fucking old as shit as well. So he is. Anyway.
He's like, he's chasing Hulk Hogan's body. Get back here!
Get back. Mate, you know what? See, the coolest thing that I ever saw in my life was straight up either Undertaker throwing Mankind up from Hell in the Cell into this. No, it was 1997, 1998 in the Spanish announcers table. Or whenever the Undertaker returned and like all the dudes came out with like flamethrowers and shit. That shit blew my mind. You know, one thing that I've really discovered as I get older, everything that I thought was cool when I was 10 is actually cool.
It's actually cool. Like, I knew it.
I knew, like, Grim Reapers on motorbikes, shit's cool, man. Fucking big fat tits, that shit's cool. You know what I mean? Like, 40k, cool. You know, everything that I thought was cool when I was 10 is actually, like, you know, when you go through phases like, oh, it's not actually that cool. It's like, nah, it's pretty fucking cool, man. Not gonna lie. I was ahead of my time. I think, like, how many things were you really into when you were 10, and later in life you like either rediscover them or be like, you know what? Nah, shit's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Big muscles, that shit's cool. You know what I mean? Arnold Schwarzenegger, big muscles, that shit's, you know, it is what it is. Anything for you? No? Anime, I suppose.
I mean,
you fucking love that shit. Anyway, so this isn't about if I'm not actively doing something or paying attention, I will just continue to get fatter. Living on some miserable, joyous, strict diet where you can't enjoy yourself is no way to live. If you love a few pints at the weekend, factor it into your diet and work around it. As I've said earlier, for me, it's
probably burn you out faster if you do that. Actually, if you don't have any like release, you're just gonna burn out because you're just gonna be so mentally fucking washed.
Exactly, you're gonna be fucking miserable, man. It's like, hey, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not gonna stick at it. You know what I mean? You're just not. So, like, you know, it's okay to, like, find out, like, whatever advice that you have, it's okay in working at it and working around it. For me, it's Red Bull. If I cut that, would I have lost more weight if I stopped drinking Red Bull? Most definitely. But would I have been happy? Or would I have even kept to it? I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? That's what you have to figure out yourself. What is it that you're not willing to give up, and what are you able to work around? That's how you make this work long term. Yeah, I think so. And I think I made a bit of an FAQ section. We got essential media, final thoughts and views. So will we bang this out, or, like, you know what? I'll let you answer the FAQs. But James, I heard pushing to failure is dangerous. What do you say, Garbro?
Like, read your thing or say mine?
Yeah, okay, I'll say mine. Yes, it can be, especially on something like bench. That's how people attempt and push PRs in their garage end up crushing themselves to death. But honestly, 90% of the time, the worst thing that happens is you drop the weight or you slam the plates down and people turn around at you and you look like a bit of a dickhead. But that's the worst that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Oh, you let out a bit of a grunt. You'll be fine. What's your views on it?
Don't go to failure on complex movements.
Yeah.
Like, don't go bench pressing 2 times your weight for some nasty sick PR. You know, fucking guillotining yourself.
Even if it's like the Green Goblin mask speaking to you, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, put the plate on.
You don't need a spotter. Do it.
Yes. You know, everyone has them intrusive thoughts. And don't get me wrong, it's like, you look at that weight and it's like, you know what? That'd be pretty fucking cool if I could lift that. That would be really fucking cool if I could move that. That would make my Unga Bunga brain fucking tick, man. But, you know, it's something to build for. Right. Can I swap X for Y? And as in, like, exercises? Yeah. Honestly.
Well, yeah.
Yes. That's why I gave a long list of alternatives. Just pick something you have access to and enjoy. As long as you're pushing yourself hard, it will work. Curls are curls. There's no fucking difference. If you want to use a fucking top bar or a barbell, you want to use a fucking easy bar, you want to use any... You'll fucking work this out yourself, and you can just have fun with it and see what you personally enjoy. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that fucking hate preacher curls. I live for that shit personally. I do preacher curls all day. There's something about them that I just really enjoy. I just get a really good stretch, but a lot of people don't like that. and that's okay. And that's what you got to work out yourself. Can I do more or less of this program? I mean, would you do deadlifts 4 days a week?
Fuck no.
Nah.
Fuck
Nah.
no, dude.
I mean, like, I think you can keep the core of this, and you could definitely do 2 days a week, but I would just throw in more isolation work, if I'd be completely honest with you, or just like move stuff about. But you can work that out yourself, you know what I mean? Or if you want, you could definitely throw in more sets, or just throw in whatever. You know, have fun, see what you enjoy. And again, just this might be like a good place to start you off. Maybe it's a springboard, but you got to work that shit out yourself. But again, you can up it, you can down it, you can fucking go side to side. You work that out yourself. It's not that important. What's important is that you work the muscle, and that's it. You know what I mean? What's the best diet for fat loss? And again, I say this so many times, especially when it comes to like, oh, you need to do carnivore diet, you need to do this, you need to do that. Fuck that. Whatever puts you in a calorie deficit and you can stick to. There's no magic diet that works for everyone. Keep protein high, keep calories low, hit your steps, and you'll lose weight. Genuinely. Like, I don't think there's any easier way to put it. I think, you know, the problem is so many people have made so much money making weight loss very fucking difficult. You know what I mean? People have made a lot of fucking money over the years making it very elaborate, or people trying to be like, no, it's the carbs, it's this, it's that. It's like, mate, you just be
It's just calories, dude.
It's calories. That's all it comes down to. Any thoughts?
Don't be a little fatty. Just
yeah, pretty
count
much.
Your calories.
Pretty much. And if you're going to be fatty, you're going to have to cut it somewhere else. If you really want, if you want that donut, if you want that fucking large coffee and donut from Tim Hortons, you're going to have to factor. Yeah, that means you don't get lunch today. All right.
While you can eat 15 pieces of chicken, doesn't mean you should eat 15 pieces of chicken.
Yeah, it's like, no, but I hit my protein goal for the day. It's like, man, that's not the way
Liar.
you do it. Yeah, that's just not how you do it. What's more important, diet or training? Both, and recovery. Like, I think everything, it's part of the pie puzzle. You know what I mean? Like,
Sleep.
you know, sleep, diet, actually fucking lifting weights. A lot of people only focus on, like, you know, the lifting weights. A lot of people only focus on the diet. I think you need to have a healthy blend of all of it, and they all have to slide in together very, very nicely. And I think if you can work that out, you'll be fine. Also, see the amount of people that say, like, oh, I can't gain any weight. I really struggle. It's like, bet you sleep 2 hours a day. What do babies do? Babies sleep like what, like fucking 70% of the time. And what do? They just grow all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you spend the first like 3 years of your life asleep most of it. You know, what makes you any different from babies? And like, you know, everyone knows, like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you're taller, like, you know, because your spine's decompressed and all that type of shit. Like, you know, that's when your growth hormone fucking gets released and all that type of shit into your body. Like, sleep is your healing process. Why the fuck do you get stiff from the gym? It's the next day because you've been sleeping all night and your muscles have been repairing, and then you wake up all sore and shit. You know what I mean? Sleep is fucking important, but it's all important. Don't be like fucking, and you can't out exercise a shit diet. You just can't. You can eat 10,000 calories in a day. I could eat 10,000 calories in a day pretty fucking easily if I wanted to. Like, I've got the ability. I have that fucking ability. Could I burn fucking 5,000 calories in a day? No. That's just not going to fucking work out. You know what I mean? I am not capable. My body is not capable of burning that amount of calories.
Unless you're in combat, not going to happen.
Yeah, which I'm going to assume most people aren't going to be under for any extended period of time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Any thoughts, anything to add, Gerber?
No, that's about it, really. Just
how long until I see results? This is something that everyone wants. Everyone wants to see results out the door really fast. Sadly, it takes time.
It takes weeks. It takes weeks.
It takes weeks if you're lucky. By the way, weeks if you're lucky. So, honestly, most people who track their workouts will notice more reps on the same weight within 2 weeks. I think that's a guarantee. If you keep at it and you're really keep paying attention, you will be able to lift more within 2 weeks if you're only starting out.
Yeah, so you will see number results before you see physical results. You
will be able to start doing that. Also, it depends on where you're starting. If you start out like really fucking skinny and you start lifting weights, you'll start be able to see that muscle really quickly. So you will. I don't know if you're going to look very full, but like, you know, say if you start off at like 130 pound, it's going to be fucking noticeable. You know what I mean? Like, it is going to be noticeable. If you start out super fucking fat, I'm sorry to say, but like, you know, like, you're probably not going to see much. Yeah, you just are, mate. I'm sorry, you just are. As for people noticing your your body changes. It depends on where you start. For me, people started noticing for me really quickly, but I think I lost a lot of weight off my face like really quickly. I think that's like where most of my weight came off like originally was off my face. So a lot of people did notice that like very quickly, but I didn't notice any change in myself for like honestly like 3 months. Like it took me a long time before I started seeing anything like noticeable. You know what I mean? And that was because my clothes just stopped fitting me. You know what I mean? I was looking really fucking trampy at one stage. But I didn't see anything in the mirror for the first 2 to 3 months. However, I did notice some muscle growth before that. You know what I mean? So that's nice. You know what I mean? What about you, Garb? When was the soonest you started to see changes in yourself?
So I'm trying to think back to when, because basically, because I built that foundation a long time ago. I just got fat, but the foundation was always there. For me, it took at least 4 weeks until I realized, oh, shit. You look down at your arms, like, oh, there's a lot of curve there now. It's pretty cool. Or you notice, like, you go to put on your shirt, and you're like, why's my shirt dragging on me so much? You know?
Yeah, like for me at the minute, I'm seeing a lot of new development in my hamstrings at the minute. Like, it's back to my legs are fucking going insane at the minute. Like, you know, but I think that's just because like I'm most of my fat, like I never really carried much fat in my legs anyway. My fat in my arms, I never had much fat on. It was all stomach and like my back, like it's all glove handles and belly, you know what I mean? So like, you know, and I'm getting to that point where I'm 160 pounds, you know what I mean? I am at that point where it's really starting to like notice, you know what I mean? But like,
well,
again,
you just look at your pictures. You've like literally gained a whole, like you're literally half your old body.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, you know, I'm not far off that. And again, like it depends on where you start. It depends on where you are. I can't tell you when you're gonna.
I think the biggest mental push is when you look in the mirror and realize your chest is bigger.
Yeah.
And you're casting a shadow onto your rib cage, and as well as when you're able to kind of turn your body a little bit and see your abs kind of pop a little bit, like just not abs, but like your abdominal muscles. People always think it's abs. For me, it's the side cuts that show up the most.
Deltoids?
Yeah,
or not obliques. Obliques. That's the
obliques. There you go.
Yeah. To be fair, I do think obliques are far more aesthetically pleasing than a six pack. You know what I mean? I think that's like the bit that looks cool. You know what I mean?
Just a strong stomach, not just like, oh, look at abs. It's the whole thing.
Yeah. But again, that's something that, like, you know, you will get there eventually. What if I don't want to give up X, Y, or Z? Then don't. But be realistic and factor that in. Like what I said before, for me, it's drinking calories from Red Bull and coffee. Everyone says you shouldn't do that while dieting, but zero sugar Red Bull just doesn't hit the same way. You got to decide what matters most to you, and that's it. Like, you know, is there anything?
Your X, Y, or Z is cake.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Like,
you know what you're doing. Stop.
What's your thing that you can't change, Garb? Like you're just like, you would actually fucking want to kill. You would rather kill yourself than
tea with milk and sugar.
Yeah, like then give that up.
Like I just need my fucking Scottish breakfast tea with milk and sugar so I don't kill someone. That's all I need. That's all I want.
You do need these things, but I don't know how to do these exercises at all. Well, that's where YouTube's actually really good. That's literally the one thing fitness YouTube is very, very. I think fitness YouTube can confuse people because they get like so caught up in like the tiny little details. Like RPG YouTube is very similar to that, and I feel like we can be like that sometimes where we argue over like the minutiae and like the tiny details, but like big picture things, like, you know, sometimes you don't need to get that worked up over, you know. But this is something that is really good. Learning form, stuff like that. You can also book a personal training session at your gym. Trust me, those are going to be worth every penny. If you live in the UK, go to Pure Gym. They have a free learn to lift classes. Yeah, it feels awkward at the start. Everyone feels like a retard in the beginning. Mind muscle connection takes time, especially with back exercises. I only feel my back with deadlifts, and I think that's why I like deadlifts so much, because it's the only exercise where I can genuinely feel the muscle being activated. It's really like lat pull downs. I never feel it at all. I always feel like it's an arm workout, but like I have seen development from doing lat pull downs, so, you know, it's a thing. But it will come. If you're really nervous, just stick to machines at the start. Over time, start adding in some free weights, adding in some cables, all that type of stuff until you feel comfortable. Anything you would add, Gerb, to that?
No. Good to go.
Good enough. Essential media. Now, this is stuff that I've added. Do you have any essential like lifting media that you think that people should check out, or things that people are missing?
The thing is, there's so much that I couldn't even pick one because I look at everything and I combine them and find what works best. Like there are thousands upon thousands of fitness YouTubers that all parrot the exact same talking points. I mean, Find one you understand. Find one you can
you can trust more than
easily
anything as
paired.
well. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard to find people that you can fucking trust. A lot of fake natties out there. A lot of fake natties.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't get bought in by the fake naturals who are actually pushing trend or some shit.
Yeah, like, you know, again, that's one of the saddest things about like steroids is it literally does work. One of the biggest ones I see a lot of people push is like TRT. Like a lot of people seem to push that. It's like, no, it's completely fine. It's like, man, most people do not need that. You know what I mean? You really just don't. I would not bother. You know what I mean? Like, just don't. Anyway, so for me, my essential media would be, if you get the chance, I would highly recommend reading. I did the audiobook, so I did High Intensity Training by Mike Mentzer. A lot of his stuff is kind of outdated. He is the only man, I believe, to have got a perfect score in the Olympia, but he did not win in the 1980 Olympia. I would argue it was stolen by him. But honestly, his stuff is really about just going hard at it. You know what I mean? I really buy into the style of training. I know it can be described as very cult-like, the type of training, because people that are into Mentzer are really fucking into Mentzer, which I do consider myself part of that group, if I can be completely honest with you guys. But I think it's a really good foundation. I think it is worth reading. Again, it's just pushing your body as hard as you possibly can, but a lot of his stuff is kind of out of date because, again, he was writing a lot of the stuff in the fucking 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, it is what it is. After that, I would recommend watching Dorian Yates' Blood and Guts. Have you ever watched it, Garbrew?
No, I have not.
Well, okay. You know what? Me and you're going to watch a wee minute of it here.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, it's up on YouTube, so it is anyway. You can get it on YouTube.
And we're how far into this fucking video?
Yeah, no, I'd have to cut it. We're about an hour 40 here, so we are. Dorian Yates, he's a 6-time Mr. Olympia, so I'll just read out what I wrote. This documentary is simply Dorian doing his training sessions as normal. It doesn't explain much of anything at all, but what it's really about is showing how to push your body to the limit. Dorian screams on undiagnosed autism. Like, he really does. He really gives me the he couldn't,
undiagnosed autism.
He couldn't smile in photos. He got into like a big argument with the Wheelers, like Joe Wheeler and stuff, because he can't smile in photos and shit. You know what I mean? Like, the guy leaks of autism, like, genuinely. Like, he also denies the Holocaust as well.
Like, train. Start sweating. No, I hate trains.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, he's really fucking into it. But there's a reason why he was 6-time Mr. Olympia. This is what I try to emulate. Honestly, I really do. Like, see his intensity. See just watching him go hard at it. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean? I'm never going to be able to train like that. Like, he did fuck all sets. Like, he became 6-time Mr. Olympia, and he only went to the gym 4 days a week. And he only went for like half an hour, 45 minutes. You know what I mean? But that shows you what's possible if you push your body to the limit. Now, again, this is why this training style does not work for so many people, because as try as I might, I can't train like Mike Mentzer. I can't train like Dorian Yates, but I can try and fucking emulate as close as I can. But I'm just not made of the same stuff. You know what I mean? So I have to bulk that up with a bit more volume. Like, they only did like fucking 1 or 2 sets. You know what I mean? Both them guys, like, I have to do 5, but I still try. Yeah. Well, it's not always heavy. It's the control as well, but give it a watch, honestly. It's worth it. So it is. I did make a parody meme of it a wee while back. I posted it to Twitter. But honestly, you just watch fucking Blood and Guts and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I need to do that. This here one, it's quite good. It was a Jeff Nippard video on YouTube. Again, a lot of people get worked up over like how strong they are, and they kind of get embarrassed about how weak they are in some regards. So a YouTube video that helps you work out where you are and what you should be aiming for. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, only compare yourself to your body weight and what you should be able to achieve. Of course, if you're quite overweight, a lot of these numbers go out the window. So for myself at the time of writing, which I'm actually over this, by the way, I'm actually way higher now. So my squat is 1.6 my body weight. My bench is just under my body weight. It's 95% of my body weight. And my deadlift is 2.3 my body weight. It's actually went quite a bit since I looked at. But do you have any idea what your one is, Garbro? Or do you not want people to know how much you weigh?
I mean, I don't think my weight's accurate.
Yeah.
Like, people can say, you weigh that much? I'm like, yeah, but I don't feel like I weigh that much.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how tall you are and how you carry it and everything with it.
Yeah, I am post army 6'1", but I weigh 260. But I don't look 260.
Yeah, but you can get away with that because you are taller. Like, you know, like I was fucking, you know what? Like, I was fucking like 260 in that photo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're like 5'4". Or
Yeah,
some shit.
I'm not that bad. 5'6". Don't fucking knock them numbers off, man.
I got 2 more inches, man.
Yeah, man. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, that it's not a good look when you're that weight and you're that height, you know what I mean? It's not a good look. You know what I mean? But that's why I would say only ever judge yourself by your own standards and never your friends or someone you see online. Everyone has different body shapes, and having slightly longer arms will help you deadlift, having a larger rib cage will help you bench. Also, when on a serious diet, like I am on at the time of writing, push exercises go out the fucking window, man. Like, my bench is pathetic compared to all my other ones, but I don't have the calories to support that. And yet, as long as you know that that's the case, it's all right. Like, you know, I'm okay with the idea of, like, my bench is shit, but it is what it is. Even though I love bench, it's not going to be good at the minute. It's not going to be good for another good few months until I'm fully finished with this diet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think bench is overrated.
Honestly. I like it. I really like it.
Benching is such to me, benching is just like one of those weird, like, power fantasy lifts.
It is.
Like,
it is.
Like, because it's overhyped.
It's the bicep muscle of the gym. It's the bicep of the exercises. Does that make sense? How much you bench,
like,
bro?
oh, what do you bench? Oh, what do you bench, bro? I'm like, bro, I don't fucking bench. But I hate benching.
Yeah, a lot of people
that half the guys, when they bench, they cheat. They puff their chest out. They do like a 1/4 ROM. Go fuck yourself. You're not benching.
Yeah, you moved it fucking 2 inches. If even, stop being fucking gay.
Like, you know, that back arch bullshit, fuck you. Lay flat to that fucking bench and then do it.
Like, it's bullshit. Anyway, and then here, we'll wrap up with some final thoughts. Do you have anything you would add for, like, essential media? Anything that you think, like, you know, oh, mate, you guys got to check that out. It's worth a watch or worth a listen or worth a read or anything? No?
Not really. Just really go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on YouTube, and just find someone who speaks in a language you fucking understand. One.
Yeah. What's that? That's speak to everyone. Cult of personality. Yeah, it's the intro to that.
Yeah.
It was down to earth in a language that everybody can understand. Anyway, like, I'm going to read out my final thoughts, and then we'll bang this out here. So, final thoughts. I don't want anyone to read this and take this as a be all and end all. This is what I do and how I do it. And it has worked for me. My view is simple. If it worked for me, maybe it'll work for you. Experiment. See what your body responds to best. But remember, what works best is always what you can stick to month after month. This program is hard. Doing 3 big compounds lifts at the start of every session is brutal. I honestly don't think anyone who really knows what they're talking about would recommend this approach, especially not someone completely new. But that's exactly who this is aimed for. Like, this is aimed for someone who really doesn't have any idea of what they're doing or has, like, very limited experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Or someone who, like, has been out of the gym for, like, a good, like, 5-6 years and it's like, oh, you know what? I'll go for this again. I'm pretty out of shape. I should really do this before I get any fatter. You know what I mean? If you're just starting out, here's what I actually recommend. Spend a month easing into it all. Don't even worry about tracking your calories yet. Just eat a bit less than usual. And when you go to the gym, stick to machines for now. Get comfortable, figure out what your real strength level is, and focus on learning proper form. The first 3 to 4 months of my progress were pure trial and error. You'll have to go through that too. And you will, like, you know, it's I can't just like me and Gerber can't just tell you exactly this is what you're going to do, this is going to work, this is exactly, because you're not us, you're not me, I'm not Gerber. What works for Gerber doesn't always exactly work for me, and vice versa. You know what I mean? And maybe you won't be able to push yourself to true failure yet. That's fine. It's not easy to go there, let alone do it over and over again in the same workout. It's brutal on your nervous system. If that's where you're at, don't try to force it. Instead of going to the gym twice a week, giving 100%, go 4 times a week, giving 50%. Same with fat loss. I love seeing the scales drop fast, but eating 1,500 calories a day is fucking brutal, man. You need to find your own balance. At the end of the day, you have to navigate this yourself. Even if you hire a personal trainer, no plan is going to work perfectly for everyone right out the gate. Things need to be tweaked and adjusted over time to match you. That's just how this works. To quote, man cannot remake himself without suffering. It's true, you'll have to be uncomfortable. You have to do uncomfortable shit for months, maybe even years. But once you start seeing results, it gets addictive. Every few weeks now, I notice new muscles popping out that I never noticed I had before. I haven't seen this weight in the scale since I was 21, and the feeling makes it all worth it. At this point, I already know someone is going to scream, but James, this whole thing is just another upgrade funnel. So yeah, I kind of talk about this. The truth is, I don't have the time to like, sit and write back to anyone. Like I've had a lot of people DM me, and I've had tons and tons of emails from people asking like, oh, I mean, what are you doing? Like how you going about it? And I just don't have the time to write back to everyone individually. So this is why I put this in. So I did, because I have had so many people like asking so many questions, you know what I mean? Truth is, I don't have time to go back to everyone that DMs me asking for your advice. This is exactly why we've got a fit channel over on our Unhinged Uncensored paywall Discord. It's been going strong for about a year now. Honestly, just from me making this channel, I'd say between a lot of us, between about 6 or 7 of us, I think we've lost about 230 pounds between about 7 guys. You know what I mean? And I think we're up about at least 30 pounds of muscle between everyone, which I don't think's fucking bad going. I think there's about 6 or 7 of us like very active in that channel. You know what I mean? Everyone has questions. Yeah. Everyone hits plateaus in strength. Everyone in strength and fat loss. Having a group of guys all doing the same thing, talking about it and picking each other's brains for, well, what could help? What have you guys been doing? Have you tried this? Oh yeah, actually, that's actually a good idea. I think that stuff really helps. I wouldn't be, I can tell you for a fact, I would not be as far along as I had if I didn't have them guys. You know what I mean? I can say that for a fact. I just would not be there. I would not be to the same standard that I am if I didn't have that group chat. Do you know what I mean? Like, that straight up. If it sounds like something you'd benefit from, you're more than welcome to sign up to join the server. Either way, I wish you the best with whatever your end goal is. I hope you see it achieved. Just remember, it will be yours. You just have to do it. And that is true. You just have to do it. But you don't know for how long. And what would your final thoughts and views be on this, Scarborough? Because I don't want to do another like gym video for like at least like 5-6 months. Like, this will be like us for a long time.
I mean, just use your common sense. All right, you're where you are now because of what you're doing before. So stop doing what you're doing before. Like, literally think of all the things you've done that got you to this point, and literally stop doing them and do something else that's positive. Don't eat half a fucking cake. Have a small slice of cake. Don't, if you worked out not at all, go on some walks to start out. If you want to build a foundation of where you lose weight first and then go to the gym, by all means do that. But go move around, walk around. Don't go for a jog. Don't go for a run. If you have a bike, that works too. If you want to get into it, take the money you would spend on fucking bonbons and Starbucks, go buy a fucking treadmill and walk on that fucking thing while doom scrolling on TikTok or watching your TV. Just make your body move around. And after like a few months of doing that, you should lose weight as long as you count your calories and you're not eating like 10,000 kcal a fucking day. And
it's slow, by the way. It is slow. It's a slow process. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to see results overnight. You're just not. You're fucking not. I can guarantee that. If you expect walking out, you go to the gym for like a week and it's like, why do I not have arms like Rich Piata? Like what the fuck's this about? It's like, it takes a long fucking time. You know what I mean? It takes a long time.
People always think it's going to happen quickly. It's not. It's going to happen slow. Because if you do lose weight quickly, you're going to have all this fucking flabby skin. It's not going to retract. You must repair your body slowly, so that way your body can adapt to everything. Don't take Ozempic. All right, just do it the hard way, the way your body's meant to do it. Don't drop to 100 calories. Don't starve yourself for weeks on end. Just reduce your calorie intake and lose weight slowly. You will lose weight more by managing your fork and spoon than you will a weight cage or a gym.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
That genuinely, diet, when it comes to fat loss, it's overwhelmingly diet. It's not even close. It's just not close. Like, honestly, I would honestly, people say it's 80% of the work is diet. I would honestly say it's 90% of the work. Like, straight up, like, it really is. We're really lucky as humans that we burn so many calories just existing. Like, we are really lucky in that regard. Fuck knows what we would be like if we were like cats or something. That hardly burn anything. Like, well resting. Thank God we got that going first at least. Like, that is one really solid thing. You can lose weight by doing literally nothing. You just need to adjust your calories in.
Just to function, just to function your body, you need at least
2,000 and something, 2,200.
2,000 and some change. That's what you need, just to like make your body move, pump the heart, work the brain. If you just hit under that, your body has to consume the fat in your body. So if you even go 100 calories under, body's gonna go, we need more. It's gonna because remember you got fat because your body is storing all this fat on your body is just extra calories your body is saving when it needs it. If your body needs it, it's gonna use it.
Yeah, so make sure you get yourself to the point where your body does actually need to use it, and that's the hardest bit about it all. It is hard. It is hard, and you're gonna have to completely change your entire life probably to achieve this if you're serious about it. Like, if you're like, if you are extremely overweight, like, it's a complete lifestyle change, and there's no other way to put it. And let's be serious, finally, how many guys have you seen that are extremely overweight in the game store? There's a few. It is what it is. How many guys do you come across that's extremely morbidly obese in the game store?
Oh, dude,
there's a few.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like, we on a nerd hobby that attracts unhealthy men. What? What? Are you serious? But like, like, you telling me you don't want to look like a fucking space marine? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
When a hot woman finally enters the game store, do you want her to look at you and you want her to see you and look in disgust, or like, oh, there are men here?
Like, and the thing is, you will get there. You just need to. You know what I think about sometimes? Do you know that green text story about the guy in the gym? He's screaming about being a blood angel, going, Horace!
Yeah.
Horace! I fucking love that one.
Find your motivation wherever you can, I guess.
Yeah. Like, for me, it would be like unlocking like the warrior spirit. I don't know. Like, some days, like, whenever I'm going to the gym, I'm like really not feeling it. Like, sometimes you just need to blast a bit of music and like just like you need to unlock that like ancestral fucking warrior energy or some shit. Like, sometimes you just got to do that. And I think honestly, if you're able to do that, you'll be fine. If you can push yourself to failure, you will be fine. And that's the biggest thing, because I think guys that show up and don't push themselves never see results. They just don't. I think the amount of people I see on YouTube saying, oh, you should always like leave reps in reserve and all this type of shit. Go to shit. I don't think people know what reps in reserve really means, because people stop shy of failure so fucking early. If you can just hit failure, you will get there. Like, I'm telling you, like, you will fucking explode. Like, you really will. Like, and especially if you're new to the gym and you've never done it before, you just need to fucking sniff a dumbbell and you will pack on muscle. Like, genuinely, like, see the amount of like stimulus you need to actually build muscle is fuck all whenever you first start. Like, genuinely, it does not take much. So what I'll do is I will post in. I'll finish up and I'll post my. Did you like Garbo my flexing videos that I sent you? They're a bit old now, but like I feel like I can't really.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, I can't really talk about this sort of stuff without posting it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't like talk about any of this without showing my progress pictures. Now, the only thing is I don't have. Like, I'm not planning on taking any more like flexing videos until September to like view against. Do you know what I mean? But like, look, I know you guys can sit and laugh and take the piss, but I feel like by talking about all this, I feel like I have to show you guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's just part of it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. You will get there. Is there anything else? That'll be us. I think we're gonna wrap up, because if we go any longer, I'm not gonna stop. And this is.
I want lunch. I want lunch so bad right now, and you're holding me back.
Oh, I'm saying you're water fasting. Enjoy it. Yeah.
I'm like this growl. Like, I want my yogurt and cherries. Let me go.
Oh no! Yeah, because you said about stop being such a fat bastard. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna. Like,
I just want my lunch.
Like, anyway, I hope you guys have got something from this. I have actually had some really positive messages from people that have asked me, and like, a lot of people have said that they've actually started like doing stuff since I started, like, because I've really enjoyed it. So that's why I know a lot of you guys aren't really interested in us talking about this sort of stuff, but like it's taken over my fucking life. So like, I'm going to talk about it.
For those of you who need it, we're here for you. And like me right now, like, reason why I'm eating today is because I worked out tomorrow. I got to feel the muscles. Like, I fast, then I work out. Next day I'm eating to feed the muscles. Growing.
Yeah, really should. Anyway, look, as always, hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions, you can always let us know. And we will see you next time. Though when that next time is, I have no fucking idea. Bye.
When it is, don't know. Fuck you. Bye.
Right, and then stop flexing. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop flexing.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Right, and then start again.
Right.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, hey. You could have probably gone away. Fucking fake. Am I in the right position? What? I don't fucking know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see, can I see from there? Yeah. I need to be looking at myself.